Carlsbad Chevrolet is as being the Breakfast Club always is. And we appreciate Daniel Velas and the guys and gals at Carlsbad Chevy. Don't forget text line being brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. You can find them online at amigo-machinery.com or at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell. Don't forget our buddies at Desert Sand Waterwell sponsoring all of our video feeds, which I just got the cameras up and rolling. So we've got Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, and YouTube feeds going this morning, courtesy of Desert Sand Waterwell, online at desertsandsnm.com. We are doing all this from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Big thank you to them for being our studio sponsor. And don't forget, too, our question of the day being brought to you by our buddies at Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And Russell, you have the question for today?
Yeah, if you had 24 hours to do whatever you wanted in this country, and I didn't put it in there, but we take it, this is paid for. You just get to do whatever you want for 24 hours. What would it be?
You could do whatever you wanted to for 24 hours. You're talking about politically wise?
No, I mean, you can go to Disneyland, you can go to the Grand Canyon, you could go to 24 hours of strip clubs. You could just, a tour of the United States strip clubs or whatever. But if you had 24 hours free and everything's paid for and, rich guy Donald Trump looked at you and said, I'm going to give you the day off and here, go do it. What would you do?
Well, you can text it and let us know, or you can hit us up on Facebook. Question of the day is up on Facebook. Of course, brought to you by our buddies at Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. 877-396-W105. Don't worry, Tom. We'll get some text coming in here in a minute. You can get. He starts panicking if I don't have the text line up for him, and he starts clicking on everything and he can't find it.
Right.
And so if I don't do it for him, he can't find it.
Thank you, sir.
So let's do a quick update on B real quick. Okay. For those who don't follow B on Facebook, so if you follow him on Facebook, you got a very intimate update. Why do I say that? Because he shared some pretty specific details about his situation, which it's very knowing B. If you ever talk to him about any of his medical stuff, the dude's not shy.
No.
He'll just put it all out there, and he did. He was very graphic on the video. What happened when they gave him some laxatives and then removed his catheter?
Right.
So everything started coming out at once, and so he was having a rough time. And so if you're eating breakfast, I apologize, because there you go. But I'm not going to go into the vivid detail that B did on his Facebook, but you can go to his Facebook page and you can see his update for yourself. And it's, in some ways, it's heartbreaking. I'm grateful that he's feeling good enough to do a video update.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done 2 now that I've noticed. He's done more than that. He sent us a couple just personally, but rather than video call everybody, he's just recording a couple of things and then sending them out en masse to people, me, his kiddos, that kind of thing. But now he's posting them on Facebook, so you can actually see, for yourself what he's doing. But they're going back in to drain more fluid from his lungs today. So hopefully that goes okay. Weird.
I started to say, I just heard.
I think Kevin may be trying to join us.
Calling, guy.
No, serious. Well, we're about to find out.
Right. He's trying to call us.
Will's handling that. Just let him handle it on that side.
Would that be awesome, though, Russ, if he actually called him just a week out?
That's what I'm looking right now, is a phone call from him.
Coming. No,
but we still got taking out the trash to come up, and I've got a good one on that. I'm taking a whole group out because these are just stupid people. That's all it is. So we'll do that. Plus, we've got the thought of the day coming up. Oil prices, we got to take out the trash. There's a lot of things going on. And weather-wise, take a quick look at our weather. We've got fog and mist out this morning. So, yeah, be careful driving, especially some of the low-lying areas, like that nice big gully right there around Loco Hills and everything. Fog's going to be settled in.
All right, Russ, we got you now.
I'm here. Hold
There
it.
he is. Wow.
All right. So when I answered the phone, it put y'all on hold and just had me on with B. So I apologize. So for getting that screwed up. But now I've got everybody. So we've got B on with us from the hospital bed. You crazy man. We knew you were going to try to come back sooner than you should.
Who said he would call on Monday?
Medicine. I got
yeah,
pain
you
medicine
did.
pumping. I got pain medicine pumping right now. So I just want to say thanks to everybody. Thank you for caring. Thank you for prayers. Thank you for monetary donations. I appreciate you guys so much. And tomorrow I'll undergo another procedure, but I hope to walk this week. I hope to go home. So
that would be fantastic, but don't push it too hard. I know you're anxious to get out of there. I know it's no fun to be in the hospital, but make sure that you're fully healed before you take off.
Yeah. Well, the bleeding has stopped, so that's a good thing. The swelling hasn't completely gone down. And my sternum, my liver, my kidney, my bladder, are my lungs. So tomorrow, the lungs, they'll stick a needle into my lungs and drain the fluid, and hopefully that will do it. Tom, you don't know pain, bro.
No.
You don't know pain. I thought I've died at least 2 times. And it's a humbling experience. And I have the best wife in the world, by God.
Sure do.
She has not complained 1 minute. I mean, nobody wants to wipe a hairy butt, but when your spouse physically can't do it, she damn sure did whatever she needed to do. So that's true love.
Yeah.
But I just want to say thank you guys. And I think I'm giving up motorbikes forever.
Yeah, I would.
I mean, we weren't even going that fast. There are these things called switchbacks where you go down the mountain, then it turns into a 90 and go straight down the mountain, and then you eventually curve, and then you hit another switchback. They're all those all over Europe, but this thing I hit dry concrete. In the Philippines, they'll mix concrete in the middle of the road, so I hit dry, like powdered concrete and gravel, and I couldn't keep it up, and there was no guardrail either, so I was scared I was going to go off the other side of the mountain. I was really worried about we. So I think I'm sticking the 4 wheels.
Right. Maybe can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I hear you.
Yeah, he can hear us.
Question I got, and I think a lot of texters are also asking, once he had the wreck, how did you get home? Did you get back on a motorcycle?
Oh, no. They called emergency. They took me to this hospital in Oslo, a small town. They didn't even have an x-ray machine. They took me to another place. I got an x-ray. We went back. They sent me home. I spent one night at home, and then the next day, something happened. I don't know exactly. I think the internal bleeding started. And that night I told I said, I can't take it. I'm going to die in this bed if you take me. So she took me, and they said, you got internal bleeding, and so I've got some type of chips, bone chips in my back. So it's not like I broke a bone, so to speak. They don't bleed. But and then we drove here. I walked down the stairs. I walked down the stairs with their help, and then they drove me here and got me to the ER. And this this hospital is, I would say, just as good as any American hospital. I mean, the MRI machines and the CT machines are Simmons, and I mean, they got great care. And a lot of the doctors in the U.S. and the nurses come from the Philippines, so I wasn't worried about that. I know my kids were worried about that, but so just hold me in my prayers. I'm gonna hold you in your prayers. The meds are kicking in now, but
no, you're good, B. Don't overdo it.
I love
You've
you
done
guys.
More than enough. We love you too, man. We hope you feel better.
I'm hoping soon. All right, thank you guys.
Thank
Tom.
you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Tom.
Yeah, B.
Don't take life for granted, brother.
I hear you.
It can be gone.
I hear you. I hear you.
All right.
Thanks,
All
man.
right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye, B.
Wow.
He doesn't ever have to do anything else to show me it. That's one of the best radio professionals I've ever heard, and he doesn't have to do anything else to prove to me he's a man.
Yes.
Okay, he do the broadcast from his hospital bed.
Somehow I'm not surprised. I knew, but you did. You called it, Russ.
Yep.
You said Monday.
I said he'll be on the show Monday. You wait and see. I do. You know, it's Kevin B.
Well, Tommy, I know you just said yeah while he's on the phone, but I hope you really take a second and hear what he was trying to tell you, because for the man, there's a lot of love for you from him.
Yes, I know.
For him to take a moment while he's in such bad shape, and he's clearly thought of this, and he's clearly thinking of you, and clearly worried about you. And I don't think it's ever come through on the radio in such a degree that it just did. And so I hope that you use his experience as a little bit of a wake-up call, because, yeah, it could easily be any of us. But you're putting yourself on a fast track to that same place where he's at.
And the reason we're saying this to you is for it to hurt B and almost kill B would take a motorcycle. You could mess yourself up with a Twinkie.
Well, I hit a dumpster.
With a Twinkie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you hit a dumpster.
Yeah, you can hit a dumpster, but all you got to do is eat the wrong Twinkie at the wrong time of day when your blood sugar's wrong and you're being trying to retext from a hospital bed.
Yeah.
Which never mind,
So,
you wouldn't do that.
Someone said that's a tough SOB. I tell you what, he's
Tell
one
me.
of the toughest men I've ever met, because I know what the pain that he's, I even though I don't know, I haven't as close to an idea as anybody does about the pain he goes through on a regular basis from his back and his neck. I can't imagine having 6 broke ribs and bleeding lungs and internal bleeding and everything else on top of that. And apparently bone chips somewhere. So I figured that's probably what that was, because they said that they thought he broke something, but they couldn't find out where. I figured because they probably, when they did the CT scan, they're like, well, there's a little piece of something here, and there's a little piece of something here. And they weren't sure what it was or where it went, or where it came from. So, Julian says that last statement from B to Tom was very touching. That's some brotherly love. It is. And if you've ever wondered why Tom is still where Tom is, it's because of B and the love that he has for him. But I still I hope that he actually gets it. So it's like when you're kids, you tell them that when they start growing up that it's going to start going by fast, and that they better savor it. They better treasure it. Like my 18-year-old who's just in his last days of high school.
Right.
He graduates next month. Oh, almost a month from today.
Oh my God! Is Patrick 18?
Yeah, and he's about to graduate.
Am I that old?
I'm trying to tell him, to just savor his prom night, savor all these things as much as he can, and try to hang on to them, because before he knows it, he's going to be 25, 30, 35, 40, and it just starts getting faster and faster from here.
You ain't lying.
And you can tell he's saying yeah, just like Tom did with B, but he's not actually hearing me. But they ever? I mean, and I feel like Tom's like a kid.
I heard what he said.
Tom, he told him to cherish and to take his health seriously, basically.
And what did Kevin tell Tom? Ask one of the texters.
That's what I just said. That's what I was just reading.
So, and Tom,
and y'all have messed with my makeup this morning, says Kathy from the Patch. Kathy, I'm sorry.
Kathy.
No, it was. Yeah. If I had makeup, mine'd be messed up too, Kathy. I tell you what.
I started to say I was a little misty, and I don't usually do that. So.
And Tom don't care if he hadn't changed by now. He ain't gonna change, says one of the texters. Golly. And
if I could hear the emotion in Tom's voice he had for that day on Good Friday, because Good Friday, for whatever reason, something hit him just right, and he actually felt it. I could tell. Yeah. If I could hear that in his voice, then I might know we actually got to him. But we got to do our thought of the day, being brought to you by our buddies at Wakefield Oil. Over 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico with quality products and excellent service. They're dependable. They don't just come around when the boom's here. They're always here serving Southeast New Mexico and parts of West Texas. Delivery of gas and diesel, both on and off road, along with oil and DEF. They have service that can't be beat. You can follow them on Facebook at Wakefield Oil or on their website, wakefieldoil.com. Wakefield Oil, proud sponsor of the Thought of the Day.
Well, my buttons aren't working. Before you marry a person, you should first make them use a computer with extremely slow internet, just so you can find out who they really are, because that'll bring it out in you, won't it?
I think it might.
Will Rooney knows that about me. He's heard some of the background things that happen when I'm doing voice tracks in here.
Right.
Well, it didn't have to be a really slow computer. It could just, really slow internet. It could be just a really slow computer. You can just have a computer with that's going through an update, and yeah, you'll hear some choice words come out of Russ.
Just do what I want you to do.
Mama Bear, thank you. She says, "Oh my cry balls, that was so touching to hear from B." It was. And John from Lovington, get better, Kevin. You're in our prayers. So.
And did you hear the Kevin B delivery?
Yeah.
You know, we all have a certain delivery that we make that sounds slightly different than when we're on the air, than when we're just talking. And when he first started and said hello, I heard that Kevin B delivery and rhythm. Boom, boom, boom. I'm sorry, that's the man. I mean.
And Bill from Lovington says, did you hear that? I guess referring to me. Get a doctor's advice and follow it. Help yourself, brother, says Bill from Lovington. Thank you very much, guys. And, I saw his Facebook post yesterday. And
you did.
It's not like I didn't, take what he told me this morning. I did my crying yesterday.
You did your crying yesterday.
Yeah, because, we hadn't heard from him. We just heard details and stuff. Finally got a chance to see him live on Facebook yesterday. And I thought, man. And then his brother of mine, Christian brother of mine, bumped into me yesterday. And he looked at my car and he said, yeah. And he just said this very, very touching. He said, don't you think that maybe there's a message for you there? Now, look, I'm not a bad guy. I don't do bad things to people. But I know there's some things I need to straighten out in my life. And he kind of nailed it. And then when after that, I saw B's post, and I thought, wow. Lord,
well, if that's not a wake-up call, I don't know what is.
Yeah. If it ain't, you never know. He's praying for B very hard. His church put him on his prayer list last night. So.
And if you would have been moved over another 4 or 5 inches when you hit that dumpster, you would be the one that would be trying to call in from hospital bed.
And be in the same place.
Because you had your head up your rectum.
I did?
Yep.
Uh,
That's the basic cause. Of
pretty
that.
much.
Matter of fact, on the bottom of the ticket, if I'd been the cop that I'd have wrote you, I would have called it optical retinitis.
That's a new term. I have to use that. Okay. I heard that.
Someone says, give me the GoFundMe and the Cash App and prayers for Brother B. Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, people have been donating, and there's been more and more people that have gone on and continued. Some of the donations that people told us they were going to mail in, they did that. So thank you. And then I've got more. I've been getting address requests from people asking for the address. We can still continue to do that. You're welcome to drop it by too. But if the easiest way to do it is the GoFundMe, the Cash App, or the Venmo, and all you have to do is text the word Kevin. Just text Kevin, Kevin, to 877-396-9105, and it will text you back with a link to the GoFundMe, to the Cash App, and to the Venmo. And I just transferred this weekend another $2,000 to Kevin's daughter. That was just from Cash App and Venmo. That doesn't include they have total access to the GoFundMe. I don't have access to that at all. But the only money I had access to was the Cash App and the Venmo. So I've been consolidating it and then sending it to his daughter, so that they can utilize that as fast as it comes in. And some of those I had, like our buddy Joe from Rig Outfitters give us $1,000. Rebecca Long gave me her $500 cash. I had to take and get those into my bank so I could get them electronically transferred to his daughter, and then by proxy to B. So that's why he was wanting to say thank you to everybody, because he's been seeing all this stuff. So it's been coming in still, even though not as much as that first day. It's still, and every little bit counts. I had people, I think I told you guys, people at the remote on Thursday that were coming up to me in Carlsbad and were just handing me cash and saying for B. So there's a lot of people. But if you want to text the word Kevin to 877-396-9105, you can get the Cash App, Venmo, and our buddy Smokey in Arizona. He donated some more money on Friday, like he said he would. A lot of these folks, we're waiting for payday. And as soon as it was, they started donating. So we appreciate everybody who did that. Go ahead.
That must have threw you off.
What's that?
Usually when people just walk up and hand you cash, it's for a private dance, and this time it was for Kevin.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was like, they were very clear. And most of them would ask how Kevin was first. They would say, how's Kevin doing? And then they would hand me. But one gentleman just walked up and just handed me 100 bones. And then, but everybody, even the people that walked up and handed me 5. I mean, there were people that were doing their shopping and stuff, and they would just walk up and just hand me some money. And it was pretty fantastic. So, I mean, I was happy. I had little kids come up and hand me some money and say for Kevin. And so it was very, very cool. But 877-396-W105, we got to do Taking Out the Trash. Being brought to you by our buddies at Trash Eaters. You can find them online at trash-eaters.com. Give them a call, 575-390-4549 if you're looking for residential or commercial trash pickup. But they also want to remind you, they want to use this time more than anything to remind you to donate to the Lovington Animal Shelter, and so they can get those animals off of death row. So they can transfer them to a non-kill facility, so they can spay and neuter pets, so they can limit the population, and so we don't have as many unwanted pets out there. So that we can get those animals that are in the pound to a facility that does not euthanize, and the only way to do that is through your generous donation. Don't forget to volunteer your time. Trash Eaters wants to remind you that those animals could use some one-on-one, and so if you've got some time to donate, do that at the Lovington Animal Shelter. That via Trash Eaters, proud sponsor of Taking Out the Trash.
Well, I've got a large group that I picked to take out today. Climate activists, you silly, stupid, uninformed. Friday, I told you the story of the climate activists that spread the orange dye all over the snooker table at the World Snooker Championships. You ask yourself, what does snooker have to do with that? Well, now you can ask yourself, why are they protesting against electric vehicles? Climate change protesters delay the Formula E race leaving fans kind of scratching their head. One of the greenest racing series in the world, where the vehicles are completely electric. These climate activists, not understanding what these formula vehicles were, decided to try to take their next trip on a to interrupt a lightly secured event going on, and tried to set in front of the cars and glue themselves to the track to start the Formula E race for electric formula cars. And even the internet and other global activists are asking in a question, what? And in interviews with some of the protesters actually said they didn't understand what the race was.
Yeah.
There you go. Climate
the sad part is they probably have just as much reason if they actually understood where those electric batteries come from and how much damage that they do to the environment. They probably actually would have justified means, but according to their agenda, you're right. It was silly for them to do that. But take it out the trash. Being brought to you by our buddies at Trash Eaters. Oh my goodness! If you guys are going to protest anything, do your research, people. An e-race.
An e-race.
Crazy.
So that's crazy. So lots of texts coming in. Of course, more thoughts for Kevin. I'll let you get to some of those, Tom A.
All righty. Rio Roswell woman says, Tom, consider me your new support buddy to help you with your health. I mean, I want you to take my number and start thinking about texting and calling me to get you on track on a new life plan, says Rio Roswell woman. I'm no health expert, but, I could offer you your lifeline support. Well, that's nice. So thank you very much. And another texter is saying, get better, B. This is Patrick, by the way. Prayers and God bless you and God bless to the Breakfast Club audiences. And he goes on to say, best audience around. That's because of you guys. We thank you for the support that you're giving Kevin these next few months. We thank you very much. And that's funny, Russ. Optical
rachmitis.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's where, because you can't see what you're doing because you've got your head up your... Anyway.
Yeah, you already mentioned that.
There you go.
And Sean in Carlsbad says, hey, guys, we keep B in our prayers. Tom A. cherishes all y'all's brothers, Hood. Love y'all. And that's the big dog, Sean in Carlsbad. Thank you very much. Will.
Smokey in Arizona says, good morning. Good Monday morning, guys. Good morning to you too, Smokey. And thanks to all the folks watching on Facebook. Stacy Smith was on Facebook, and she had, it looks like someone had asked where they could see these live Facebook video, and she shared his Facebook page on the feed there. So if you're looking, but it's Kevin B on Facebook, in case you're wondering. But Main Trailer Sales, don't forget not to go camping without our guys at Main Trailer Sales. Of course, as we get into the real good camping season here, as everything starts warming up, it's a great opportunity for you to go over there and check out all of the great campers they've got, serving Southeast New Mexico with a large inventory of new and pre-owned RVs, including Keystone and Cougar. They've got fifth wheels, toy haulers, ultralight trailers. If you're working in the patch and living in a hotel, don't be doing that. Take that per diem they're paying you for a hotel and put it to work for you buying yourself an RV. Just makes more sense. Main Trailer Sales would love to help you out with that. They've been serving New Mexico for over 65 years. You can find their website with 360 view and all kinds of stuff. You can do some virtual tours of the trailers at maintrailersalesinc.com. Maintrailersalesinc.com, or call 575-622-1751. 622-1751 for Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without them. All right, we've got still got a price of oil coming up here in just a minute. Got to get our this day in history. We've got quite a bit. Our tweet of the day. Still a lot to get to this morning as we roll through being the Breakfast Club. I know we'll be taking a quick break here in a little bit too and see if we can get some people qualified. But I still have to work on the sounder. So Russ, we've got a new sponsor this week. Our buddies at Rig Outfitters, and we're going to get them. I've got a new sounder coming for them here just shortly, so we'll get that ready during the break, and then we'll come back and play it.
Oil prices, you ready?
I'm ready.
Yep.
I've got this. I knew. Go ahead. I was pointing at Tom A. I was pointing at Tom A. But your oil prices this morning brought to you by Spinnakers, oil field cementers, where they've got great oil field jobs. If you supervise frac crews, you could be a cementing supervisor. If you've run frac or blender equipment, You could be a cementing truck operator in their SSIT programs. And Spinnaker is a drug-free and equal opportunity employer. You've got to have a Class A CDL, but if you do, they've got some of the highest salary base in the industry and a benefit program so good that even housing is provided. If you qualify and you want a great oil field job, go to greatoilfieldjobs.com or text oilfield 63566, 63566. Spinnaker's Oilfield Cementers, they're bringing you oil prices on your Monday.
At 6:39, West Texas Intermediate checks in at $77.67. That's down 4 cents from 6 a.m. 81.38 for Brent Crude. That's down 4 cents from 6 a.m. And the price of natural gas, that's the biggest drop. $2.21 right now, but it's down from 33 cents from 6 a.m.
Very down $2 over the weekend from the last prices I had on my notes. Wonder why why would the bottom fall out of natural gas prices?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's just off kilter. Everything else stayed pretty stable, but natural gas, like
the $1.88 last Friday.
I'm sure my bill won't go down because even with all the fluctuations, it's only gone up, which makes 0 sense.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah. And another texter says, it's super nice for someone to lend their help to you, Tommy, but your health, but it doesn't mean crap if you don't want to do it for yourself. Now, here's the deal, guys. I appreciate the text that you're concerned about me, but the concern really is with Kevin right now. We need to keep our prayers and thoughts with him. So within the next month or so, he'll be back with us and ready to go again. But thank you for what you consider me your friend and everything.
Okay, I predicted him being on the show this Monday. He's not going to quite be ready by next Monday, but I bet he's on being the Breakfast Club 2 Mondays from now at home.
Like,
I just know him.
Regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
if he's on schedule to walk when he thinks he's going to,
right.
And he's going to push himself. And so I know Kevin, and I know he's tired of laying in that hospital bed already.
That's right.
He said it on the video if you guys watched on Facebook. He said his mind is telling him to get up, but his body says, "Oh."
I'm sorry, I hit something there. One of the things that he mentioned that I was going to highlight, and he just touched on it, and what he described, he said the edges of his bones and everything. It's called pyramidal fracturing. Is kind of a
let's qualify you. You were a medic in the military, right?
No, I was a EMT back in the days when you did it in 81 hours, and I know diddly, but I also flunked out of pre-med. So here, let me say, and Kathy will ring in here in a minute and give me the proper terminology, but as you age, and people say about 55 and older, you know how a teacup, you see an old antique China teacup, and if there's any chipping, it's right along the very edges.
Off the porcelain, yes.
Off the very edges. Our bones do that, especially with impact or something as you get older and your bones get brittle. So around the edges of his pelvis, around the edges of the bones where he took impact, even if it didn't break those bones, the edges of the bones are irritated, and there's little microchips and everything along those. So the inflammation that is run by the white blood cells running in the body to try to fix that damage, it's going to cause pressure pain, and it is exactly what you're feeling when you're older, and that feeling the next morning after a car wreck you can't move. 90% of that's inflammation from your body fighting microfractures and things like that.
Wow.
So already having fused spine and then internal injuries and everything, that's one of the reasons why we's had to take such extreme care of him in certain circumstances, because just to move your arm, just to breathe in and out with them broken ribs. That's a man for him to pick up the phone and call us.
I get her a lot of shoes for Christmas.
What?
I get her a lot of shoes for Christmas.
Is Russ a doctor now? No, I'm not a doctor. I just what I just told you could have got from watching an episode of MASH. I just thought it would contribute to the conversation.
Why did Tom bring up we all of a sudden?
Well, I'll get her a lot of shoes for Christmas.
But we weren't talking about we.
Oh. No,
why did you interject that into the conversation?
Because I think Russ said she's been taking care of him, and I said, on Christmas time, I get her a lot of shoes because she likes shoes.
Yes, she likes shoes. I understand what you mean because we have had to take some extreme care of.
Well, look, he took the brunt apparently of the wreck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she actually landed on him but whatever he did, he managed to take the brunt of the impact. And she pretty much said the same thing, so that she wouldn't she walked away with some road rash and some scratches and some bruising, but she's relatively okay, and she's been at the hospital, but that didn't stop her from being by his side this entire time. And one of the texters says, no disrespect to B. I wish him the best and hope he makes a full recovery. But Tom, that comment saying that B is what we should be focused on now is exactly what I was talking about. Physically, you can't help B, but you can help yourself, so bite the damn bullet and get your crap together.
What's that about? No, I appreciate the thoughts from me, and you guys have been telling me for years. But now's not the time to concentrate on me.
Oh, no, because, put it off again, Tave. That's fine. When is a good time? For you, they're not talking about them. They're talking about you. That you need to you need to take this as a wake-up call.
And
question of the day, I would go to NASA Space Center for a full tour and training. That's John from Lovington this morning.
Ooh, wouldn't that be cool?
Have any of you ever been to NASA in Houston?
I've been to the Houston Space Center and, did the big walk around and got to stand beside the Saturn. But he's talking about going there and going through astronaut training for a day. What a trip.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
That would be pretty cool. And then, but some people were commenting on Facebook about what they would do politically. But if they're, enforce term limits, do as much as you could to get these politicians out of there, drain the swamp if you could have 24 hours. So there's a lot of things we would do, I think, in the government world. But what about you personally? What would you do if you had 24 hours to do whatever you wanted? So in this country, Platinum Auto Services is under new management. You can give them a call at 689-6900, 575-689-6900. They're getting customers back on the road as fast as they can with even shorter wait times, faster service. They do brakes, tires, AC service, alignments, lifts, leveling kits, details, bumpers, grill guards, you name it. As far as accessories, they've got it. Winches, skid plates, rims, just to name a few. They have, of course, offer fleet services. They welcome fleets, preventative maintenance, diagnostics, scheduled maintenance, and services offered as well. You can get your business on a regular schedule, and they can get just about anything for your work truck, right down to their seat covers and floor mats. So definitely hit them up. That's Platinum Auto Services in Carlsbad. Talk to their friendly staff today, Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, or give them a call, 689-6900, 575-689-6900. Platinum Auto Services, proud sponsor of B and the Breakfast Club.
I guess I'm boring.
Why, Russ?
Because if I could get 24 hours to do whatever I wanted, there's no way, because my work schedule, I get away to go to Florida. And I don't have the budget to go and spend 24 hours at Disneyland and rent the motel room and all the stuff that it'd take to go to Disneyland for 24 hours and a trip to Florida and everything. I'm seeing a ticket on that at the end of being about 10 grand. Mm-hmm. Okay. If I could just take 24 hours, let's go to Disneyland, man.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's it. I'm boring.
Well, what will you do?
I'm not sure. I mean, I like spending any and every second I can with my boys. So, but they're gonna come live with me next year. So I'm pretty much getting what I want. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're gonna be right here with me the whole year. I get to, hang out with Patrick as he starts college, hang out with Connor as he continues his high school. He's going to be a sophomore next year, and so I'm looking forward to that. But I think, and we're doing a senior trip with Patrick. Speaking of Disney,
Right.
so not that I like giving money to the woke crazy people, but there again, and I've said this on the air before. If I completely stopped patronizing anybody or anything that I disagree with, I wouldn't be able to do anything, because honestly, I wouldn't be able to watch any TV. I wouldn't be able to go anywhere, because somewhere, somehow, there's some liberal, that has something to do with something. And so, country artists more and more are coming out. And so I wouldn't be able to go to shows. In fact, one of the listeners and I were talking about is actually going to be in our area before too long. So, and he's a well-known country artist that actually has a lot of hits and a lot that we play. But I guess I didn't never see that he's gone woke, but someone said that he had gone woke. Brad Paisley.
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
Brad's always been a little woke.
Has he? Because I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you want to listen to the lyrics in some of his songs and everything.
The lyrics that I hear, I don't hear that. So I hear him, this is country music and we do kind of thing, and more traditional stuff. But maybe there's something else I'm missing. And if there is, you guys can show me, because I'm oblivious.
Well, you remember, he didn't do the CMAs along with Carrie Underwood for the last couple of years. That used to be a very conservative show. So they put in the woke guys to do the show nowadays.
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
I always thought just one lyric in one of his songs, and I can't even remember which song.
But he's a great performer, and he's an incredible guitarist.
I'm a big Brad fan. I don't care.
Yeah, me too. So, well, I mean, that's like, the chances I've had to see Willie Nelson, and knowing how crazy liberal he can be.
Right.
And yet it's Willie. I mean, sorry. I know, but if I did that to everybody, then if I just decided to write off everybody I didn't agree with, then I would have a pretty boring life.
I made myself do that this weekend. There was a movie on that I'd only seen half of and never got to see the end.
Just what?
The Negotiator.
Oh, with Samuel Jackson.
And it has Samuel L. Jackson in it, which is a racist any way you cut it. 2, 3, 4. He hates white people. He said he hates white people. And then Stacy, I Touch Little Children. What's his last name? What am I looking for, Will? He was in House of Cards and everything.
Stacey Keach?
No, Stacy.
No, you're talking about Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, that dude. Right.
Kevin Spacey. I can't stand either one of those actors, but the movie was fantastic. That movie, The Negotiator, is one of the best cop movies I've ever seen. So I made myself, when I seen it on TV, I'm like, I hate these guys, but I'm watching this damn movie and tried to put all that aside. So
someone says, if you wrote off everyone you disagreed with, that would make you a liberal, Will. LOL. You know what? You're exactly right. No, that's a great point, because that's exactly what the liberals are doing right now. They're just, if you're conservative at all, they are completely writing you off. I mean, I've had friends that I've been friends with forever that we've had political arguments like you wouldn't believe, and been able to come back and shake each other's hand, clap each other on the back, and go on and have a beer or lunch or whatever, and never even think about it again. And, just think, hey, that was a good conversation. I had fun. Yeah, me too, man. Good talk. And that was it. Now they won't talk to me anymore.
No, they don't want to hear. And you want. The other day, I'm in a conversation with, I won't even say who, but it's a couple of liberal friends that I have, and I hit them with facts. And the look in their face, the look in their eyes, when I hit liberals with facts, took me right back. You remember the scene in the old Dracula movies where they throw the cross out and look on Dracula when they retort back? That's the same body language that both these liberals have.
One of the guys I would argue with on a regular basis, who is not my friend anymore. He will not talk to me. He will not return my messages. He won't do anything. And he was a journalist too, and he did very scathing political arguments and things like that. So this dude is very knowledgeable, very in the know on a lot of liberal facts. And he and I go round and round. And that was some of my favorite arguments ever. And it was some of the best prep I could have ever done for this show, because any arguments the liberals are going to come at you with, he already had them. He'd already done them. And now I've lost that resource because he just up and decided, you're on the right. I can't talk to you anymore. And I'm just like, that goes against everything this country is about. I was like, when are the left going to realize that they're doing more to hurt themselves and hurt this country than, they're actually they're accusing us of being fascist or against democracy or against this or that. It's like, no, what you're doing is leading us down that path faster and faster by feeding into this separation that the political system is trying to do to us. That's all they want, is to separate us so they can control us.
Yeah, I think it's funny when a group dressed in black, hiding their faces, all in a group, threatening physical violence to the people, and they're screaming, "Stop fascism." I'm sorry, but why don't y'all read a book?
So Jeff from the patch says, just don't give in and start drinking Bud Light again. Look, Jeff, I'm not a big, when I can only have 32 ounces of fluid a day, it's not going to be beer. I'm just telling you. If I'm drinking anything, I'm going to drink something a little better than beer. And if I'm going to drink something to get drunk, it's not going to be beer either. Right. So just FYI, it'll be a little stronger than that. But if I was going to drink a beer, I've always been a more of a Coors Light man or a Michelob Ultra, but just because of the less. But that being said, I would rather go for a Blue Moon or something like that along those lines.
I'm just going to tell you that at my local grocer, the stacks of Bud Light look as though they have not been disturbed for a while. And you look at all the rest of the beer, there's no condensation on the boxes. They hadn't been sitting there that long.
Yeah.
You look at the Bud Light boxes, and there's a whole shelf full of cardboard boxes with condensation all over them.
No one wants the stigma.
No.
Hey, so we got to take a break so I can get the sounder set up, because we don't have it ready yet. So I got to get the sounder ready. So we're going to take a quick break. We're not going to play the sounder just yet, but I promise we'll get people qualified. And I want to congratulate our latest winner of the cash, who just recently won. And Russ, do you have them?
Yes, I do. I have the winner, and it was a great phone call. Melissa Holland.
Yes.
Is our winner, and maybe later in the show I'll even throw that call in, because she was just a little excited over finally winning.
She was very sweet.
So time, yes.
Congratulations to Melissa Holland, our latest winner of the 105 cash giveaway. This is the W105 cash blowout, and of course, brand new sponsor. We've got Rig Outfitters who's being our sponsor this time around. So big thank you to Joe. He's always steps up and is helping us give away cash ourselves. So we're going to do that. Oh, and by the way, Melissa, I have to mention, because, yes, she won. What did she do with her money? She donated it to B.
That's right.
Knew that was coming.
I took it and I turned it right over and gave it to B. So, Melissa Holland, thank you very much. I almost completely forgot to mention that. Yeah, she took her money and she donated it to B. So now, I'm not saying everybody else has to do that, but that was her choice. And that was very sweet of her. So we appreciate that very much. But we will give you a chance to win cash, and she's going to keep on trying. She's going to try to win again. So, and that's the cool thing about the W105 cash blowout. There's no limit on how many times you can win it. You can continue to win even if you've won before. So just keep on listening, keep on calling, and we will get you qualified coming up here in a little bit. I got to work on the sounder during the break. So we're going to do that. And, of course, check in with news brought to you by our buddies at Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. Chance Materials providing for quality, affordable, ready-mix concrete. No matter the project, Chance Materials has the products and unmatched customer service, all at the lowest price possible. ChanceMaterials.com is where you can find out more, or give them a call. 363-3240, 575-363-3240. Serving the Pecos Valley with plants in Carlsbad and Roswell with ready-mix concrete. Chance Materials, because when a project matters, materials matter most. Chance Materials bringing you a look at news. Coming right back with more. Be in the Breakfast Club on W105.
Local news brought to you by M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump Services in Lovington. Owned, operated, and serving the community for over 30 years. Call 575-390-4446.
Make M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump of Lovington your domestic well specialist. Owner-operated with 30-plus years of experience, specializing in complete water systems for new home construction, domestic well drilling, as well as replacement wells and servicing all makes and models of water systems, including variable speed drive and constant water pressure systems. Call M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump today at 575-390-4446. That's M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump. Hometown quality you can depend on.
MTD Radio News. I'm Joe Miller. Here's a look at what's happening. Parts of New Mexico seeing some wet conditions with lakes, rivers, and streams reaping the benefits. National Weather Service and Bureau of Reclamation sharing new numbers at the Rio Grande annual public meeting. They say snowmelt collecting in New Mexico's water supply at record levels. While eastern New Mexico did not benefit from the precipitation, they say the western two-thirds of the state is above average in water supply. In the past few weeks, Hobbs Police Chief August Fahn says there's been a dramatic decrease in the number of auto burglaries. According to police call logs, HPD's calls for auto burglaries decreased to only 1 to 2 incidents per day, whereas before they were averaging 2 to 4 calls a day. Fons attributes the decrease in auto burglaries to proactive policing and the community doing their part. He said one step residents can take to help keep a car from being burglarized is to make sure the doors are locked, windows are up, and no valuables are left in plain sight. An intersection with a major street and a west side road about to connect 2 major highways near Carlsbad is open. That, according to Eddy County Public Works Director Jason Burns. He said the intersection of Lee Street and the West Loop Road reopened April 14 as box culverts and paving was complete. The West Loop Road would connect Highway 285 with Highways 62, 180 and has been in the works for nearly 30 years. An important discussion during the Roswell Independent School District meeting last week focused on the difference between safety and security and how the district is ensuring that dangers of both types will be less likely to occur. RISD already has a handle on safety threats, also referred to as non-living threats such as fire and electrical emergencies, but work remains on security threats. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so mad I want to slam my face in a car door? Today I'm going to talk about something I call competitive man skills. This is stuff we do every day, but every man thinks he does it better than anybody else. Now, as far as I can tell, the top competitive man skill is how fast we can get somewhere. Like we was down to Duck Inn last night, I asked Runt Wilson if he'd been down to Mud Lake this year. He said, "You seen them gas prices, Earl? Ain't no way I'm driving no 2 hours to Mud Lake for $4 a gallon." Now, that little talk we had, that could have started any number of conversations. Gas prices, fishing, Mud Lake. But now Junior Meeker, he goes, 2 hours to Mud Lake? What are you driving, a moped? Man, I can get to Mud Lake in an hour and a half. Pete goes, hour and a half? You driving a 4-banger? I've been to Mud Lake in an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah. See, and then they go on. Somebody liable to say they got there before they left to get there. That is a competitive man skill. Number 2 competitive man skill. How hot is stuff we can eat? Junior Meeker said he's going down to the Burning Rooster for some hot wings. Said they got a new sauce down there called Nuclear Meltdown Garlic. Pete goes, you think them are hot? He had them flaming monkey butt wings at Captain Cluck's, and they're so hot. Next day, instead of toilet paper, he had to use that flame-retardant foam from a hose. And Junior Meeker going, you kidding me? The flaming monkey butt wings at Captain Cluck's are in the kids' Happy Meal. If you want real hot wings, go down to the El Toro Caliente. Get their Solar Flare McNuggets. Their sauce is so hot, they have to store it in a special ceramic cylinder, 'cause it melts glass. And when they bring it to your table, they include a side order of broken glass, in case you want to chew on it first, so the sauce can get to your bloodstream that much quicker. That's hot. Wake up, America! Number 3 man skill, of course, is how much you can drink. No big deal there. I think we all know some idiot that claims he can drink 12 beers and still thread a needle blindfolded. So that's a lie. I'm Earl Pitts, American. Pizza.
Hobbs, get ready as 505 Productions is back this weekend with their huge gun and knife show. In fact, the largest 505 has ever had in Hobbs at the Lee County Event Center. This Saturday, April 29th from 9 to 5 and Sunday, April 30th from 10 to 4. 150 tables available to shop with guns, knives, ammo, scopes, and other gun accessories, jewelry, hides, gold and silver, plenty of 2A shirts and merch, and much more. That's 60 tables of just guns and ammo. Admission is just $7 per day or $10 for the weekend. Kids under 12 are free. Don't miss the 505 Productions Gun Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Lee County Event Center, 5101 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs.
Reading Under the Lights is happening Saturday, April 29th at Hobbs High School's Watson Memorial Stadium. There'll be free food, books, and other fun activities for the kids to enjoy. Bring out the whole family. Reading stations featuring Hobbs Fire, Police, Lee County Sheriffs, and NMJC basketball from 5 to 6 p.m. Then from 6 to 7, reading and special guest speaker, 2017 Super Bowl champion and children's book author Malcolm Mitchell, and book signing with an autograph session from 7 to 8. Come out and support the first ever Reading Under the Lights, Saturday, April 29th at Hobbs High School's Watson Memorial Stadium at 5 p.m. Brought to you by the United Way of Lee County, Hobbs Municipal Schools, and the J.F. Maddox Foundation.
Come out Saturday, May 6th for the first annual Rally in the Queens. This event is a charity poker run and everyone is invited to join. Bring a bike and meet at La Cueva Theater parking lot in Carlsbad. Kickstands up at 9 a.m. From there, enjoy the scenic rally ride to Queens Cafe and Campground where there will be biker games, raffles, a horseshoe tournament, and more. Then stick around for live entertainment and barbecue. For more information about this event, contact Tommy at 575-689-7732. All proceeds from the $500 poker run and raffle benefit Carlsbad Community Hope Center.
Hi, this is Felicia Bowen with Judah Oil.
Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends.
Hello. Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Hey, man, who's behind the mic? What's all the hype about?
Me and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Are you okay, Russ?
Well, we had my mouse moved, or you moved the mouse or something. Just about time that I hit the button for us to start, and I hit the wrong button. So it's Monday.
It is a Monday. 877-396-W105. You can be a part of the show. You can text in. You can call in. Of course, show being powered by our buddies at Carlsbad Chevrolet. Text line being sponsored by our friends at Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Don't forget, studio sponsor is the Inn of the Mountain Gods Resort and Casino. And we've also got our question of the day sponsor is Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And question of the day, once again, Russ?
The question of the day is, if you had 24 hours to go do anything that you could as an activity in the United States, it's paid for, you just get to go do it, what would it be? What great things in this country would you go do?
You know, if I had 24 hours, this is what I'd do. I'd put the last 6 years with my mother in those 24 hours. Those were the best years that we had as a family. The last 6 years of her life. That's what I would do.
Well, I didn't say you could have a time machine.
Well, you have to go to time machine to get into for 24 hours.
That was last week's question.
But I would definitely do that. And Texas saying,
and by the way, Smokey, before you say it, okay, I know Smokey. He's a giving man. He would spend his 24 hours volunteering as cowboy at the Playboy Mansion.
I bet he would.
I would. I know.
Bet he would. Kathy from the Pack saying, I'd simply go fishing. Says Kathy. Wow. And I had a friend for 15 years, and after George Floyd, well, he switched personalities like a light switch, says the texter. Another one says, you know, if you want to give those losers your money, go ahead, because I ain't gonna, says the texter.
Look, you don't have to. I don't blame you. But there's you know, it's there to whether you're talking about California or Florida, there are people who work at these places that are not liberal, that they have to support their families and they have to do their thing. So I try to limit how much in fact, we're not staying on property this time. But this is what my kiddo had requested. So we're doing something for them, and you know, and I'm not going to say I don't enjoy it, because I mean, we're talking about the place that has Star Wars land. I mean, do you really think that Will Rooney is not going to be a part of that if he possibly can be? So that and between that and the Avengers campus, I'm geeking out. So
geeking out.
But we're also going to do Warner Brothers, which you can have all your stuff to say about whatever that, you know, with Harry Potter and Transformers and everything. We're going to do Universal. We're going to do Knott's Berry Farm. We're going to do everything you could possibly do in Southern California. We're going to do it. Plus, I just hate being in Southern California, period, because it's like liberal land everywhere you look. It's like you can't get away from them. So
that's why I said Florida.
This is the amount of love that I have for my son.
Right. That is true love. Okay. For Will Rooney to put up with being in California, I hope your son understands the testament of love that you bring.
It was funny because just out of the blue, I don't know what possessed him to do this, but he goes and he starts looking about all of the money that I've spent him just on video games since like 2018. And he started adding it up. Like went through his Xbox account and he's like, and he just called me. And I thought something was wrong when he called because the way his voice was, I was like, oh crap. He's going to tell me he charged something he wasn't supposed to charge, or he's in trouble, or he did something. No, he just wanted to say thank you out of the blue and how much he appreciated how much I had spent on him over the years. And I'm just like, wow. I mean,
okay, before you go any farther, have you checked the car for dents?
Yeah, exactly. No, you're not wrong. I was thinking there's some other ulterior motive here. That's how bad I felt guilty afterward.
This is my kid, and this is where I'm at with my 15-year-old. In this, they don't understand money thing. I won't say where, but we went out and we did our splurge for the month. We went for fancy lunch, which anyway. And so I knew he was full. Little pig had sat there and had made his fourth trip to the salad bar on top of his order and everything. But then when the waitress comes up and asks if we want anything else, because he's old enough, he'll, throw out an order and order something. He orders this $11 chocolate drizzle cake, whatever it's called. I can't even remember. This is like $11, Comes to him and he took about 2 bites out of it and went, oh, that's pretty good. Matter of fact, that's very good. And just kind of looked at me and his mother like, y'all can have that now. And neither one of us wanted it. And I said, well, aren't you going to eat it? And he goes, no, I just wanted to taste it and see what it was.
Oh.
Yeah. And anyway.
That's a nice slap in the face.
Yeah.
Hey, Will, Kathy from the patch said you need to go to Santa Monica Pier. It's great, she said.
Someone else was answering the question of the day, and they say, play a round of golf at Augusta, home of the Masters.
Oh,
how about Jeffro says, go skydiving again, he said.
There you go.
And
the nudist. Well, I can't imagine this. Hey, guys, I would visit every nude beach in the country, and I would take Tomei with me. Boy, that's you're braver than me, I gotta say.
I'd jump out of a plane. When Jeffro said he would go skydiving, I would jump out of a plane.
So Dustin had said that he can't stand. Well, okay, hold on. Tomei just jumped and text on me. So no, you're fine. I should have been on your page anyway. So Dustin says, I can't stand 95% of Hollywood. And as a result, I've only gone to the theater once in the last 18 years.
Wow.
I won't even sit down and watch their movies when they're out on DVD. Wow, dude. That's dedication there.
It is dedication. I was watching over the weekend on my new TV and my internet.
Yes, because we have to know about Tomei's being able to finally stream TV.
Well, you remember Michelle Williams? She was the girlfriend and engaged to Heath Ledger, but he died of an overdose about 10 years ago. Remember that?
Yeah.
Anyway, she had an upcoming career, was on Dawson's Creek and everything. So I was streaming the other night, and there she was, a movie called Married, A Week with Marilyn Monroe. It's about a guy who meets Marilyn Monroe. She's there in England filming a movie. And I saw Michelle Williams. She looked just like Marilyn Monroe, head to toe. And, you know, after the movie on the credits, you see the stills of the real Marilyn Monroe next to Michelle Williams. They picked the right person for that role. I thought, wow. Pretty cool movie. And I liked the movie. I don't watch movies like that. And I liked it. And
whatever.
No, for real.
Whatever.
It was a movie piece, a timepiece. And she played some type of, not starlet, but what do you call that? Working girl. There you go.
Prostitutes?
Well, don't say it like that.
Why not? If that's what it is.
But it was a good movie. You got to read it. I think you'll like it.
So I'm confused. Was she playing Marilyn or was she playing a prostitute?
Well, she was playing Marilyn in the movie, but she was the character, a working girl in the movie. And so this guy kind of fell in love with her.
Okay. I'm sure I'm missing something. But
I'm
that
missing something there. How could she be playing Marilyn Monroe and a working girl? She was playing Marilyn Monroe as a prostitute?
As a working girl. That was her character.
What?
Yeah. You got to watch it. It was called A Week with Marilyn Monroe.
I think you're a crack monkey.
I think you were smoking crack. You started out watching
the movie
Dial M for Murder, and then you finished with Pretty Woman, and somewhere you extrapolated the script that you're telling us about.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you just make stuff up as you go.
No,
honestly.
True movie. That was good.
You spent your whole weekend working on that, didn't you?
I wasn't going to watch that.
Man, you want to hear what I got coming up? You realize that more Americans are spending more on marijuana than they are on chocolate.
Now, are we talking about chocolate marijuana or just
no? No, I mean overall, we spend more on legal cannabis than we do marijuana. I'll give you some of those. And Elon Musk and Stephen King are fighting over millions of dollars on Twitter. That's coming up in your tweet of the day. And I think I know what I'm doing as a retirement job. There's a new gold rush coming. Those are just a few of the little things I've got coming up as we fly through the morning, which is already 16 after 7.
Yeah, we've got to get to our national anthem and Pledge of Allegiance coming up here in just a little bit. We'll do that. Let's do This Day in History, being brought to you by our friends at Train It New Mexico. If you're looking for your CDL, these folks are ready to help you. They can get you hooked up in a week. No, for real. How do they do it? They do it with one-on-one training. You get more drive time in that week than you do in a bigger class with a lot more people in a lot longer time. So they'll focus on you, and they have a 96% pass rate after the first attempt at taking the test. Because not only do they teach you how to pass your written test, they'll teach you how to do your driving test and teach you the skills you need to take that career to the next level. So obviously your training doesn't stop when you're done with Train It New Mexico, but it is the foundation that you need to get rolling. And so definitely hit these guys and gals up. Train It New Mexico. You can find out more. TrainItNM.com. They do a lot more than just CDL training too. TrainItNM.com, or you can give Curtis a call at 575-840-9555, 575-840-9555. This Day in History brought to you by our buddies at Train It New Mexico, TrainItNM.com.
Well, it was 223 years ago, 1800, the Library of Congress was established with a $5,000 allocation for the purchase of such books as may be necessary. Now the library contains 30 million books and more than 530 miles of shelves. And they spend a little bit more money on it than the original $5,000. And it was 50 years ago, 1974, legendary comedian Bud Abbott died at the age of 76 years old. Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, the only comedians in the Baseball Hall of Fame, indoctrinated because of Who's on First. And let's see, you remember Wesley Snipes going to jail?
Tax evasion.
For tax evasion. That was 2008. That was 15 years ago he got out. in 2013, he was sentenced and ended up in the big house on
Spent
this
5
date.
years in the pen? Wow.
Yeah, that's all right. He did okay. He deserved that just for Expendables 3. So, and let's see. Also on your birthday board on this date, happy birthday to Barbara Streisand. She's 81 years old. And did you hear her in a recent interview? She's kind of depressed. She says that when she looks in the mirror, she sees an ugly old woman.
Well, she's 85.
Yeah. Well, at least it means her eyes are okay. And happy birthday to Kelly Clarkson, former American Idol. And she actually says that she has given up going to the beach. People keep trying to roll her back in. And
Right.
Ross.
Happy birthday to Shirley MacLaine.
Shirley MacLaine.
Shirley MacLaine. Excuse me. Thank you. In one of her memoirs, she says that she's been reincarnated.
Okay.
Right. She says that she has slept with Julius Caesar, Augustus Caesar, and Mark Antony. Which means she was a slut. That's what that means.
Well, I was like, is that this life or the previous one?
Right.
She's getting up there.
That's good. And belated happy birthday to director Michael Moore. He's 69 years old. If you want to send him a gift, he likes slop, apparently.
Yeah, but
Zooey. There you go. That's this date in history.
Someone on the text line asked Russ if you'd heard George Strait's new song, "All My Exes Changed Their Sexes." No, I didn't hear that one. We'll have to look that one up. So what's going on with Tom A and his dumpster wreck? Travis asked from Roswell.
Well, I sent my photos to the adjuster. I'm waiting on them to decide what they want to do.
I got a video for him, Tom A.
What part of it?
The where you hit the dumpster.
Oh.
I can send that to your adjuster.
Oh, well, I guess if you want. By the way,
I don't think you really want my help.
That dumpster is no longer there, gentlemen.
Well, I've got pictures of where the dumpster was.
Yep.
I've got lots of pictures.
Moving it ain't going to help, the guys, but it's going to help me. So we'll see. I got Luke working on it, so I'm going to hear from him later this week, see what he says.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey,
if anybody can get anything for you, it'll be Luke. But I'm
that traffic update brought to you by.
Yeah, right. Tom A's dumpster update.
Right. So I just wanted his help to see, if they were in violation of being outside the curb like that. I'm not doing it to get any money or anything. Maybe just pay for the car itself. So.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to tell you how well you skated out on this, brother?
Oh.
Okay. Your insurance company is going to end up paying for it.
Totaling it?
Probably so, because you have collision.
Right.
But in many municipalities, you would have been ticketed for careless driving. You hit a stationary object under light.
No cones, no reflectors.
Well, you hit an object that was stationary in the roadway.
Somebody hit it the day before.
That's what if it had been a car, Tom?
A car?
What if it had been a car?
You're in the gray area of careless driving, brother.
That's hypothetical.
Cars park on that part of the road all the time.
Oh, yes. A big old truck does that too over there.
Yeah. So what if it had been a car or an 18-wheeler?
Well, that's hypothetical.
No, that's it. See, that's the problem.
And it's not hypothetical, it's hypothetical.
Another question of the day answer. Suzanne from Odessa says she would take free unlimited play at any casino.
Wow.
Ooh.
I wonder how much you would walk away with, Susan. So if you actually got that, I wonder. So Tom, I have $10 to pay for the car.
Right.
That might actually cover it.
All right. And Smokey in Arizona, why would you want to pay for your car time? You just want to wreck that damn car, says the texter.
And I think we got
just gonna wreck
Chip.
it again.
And I think we got
Again.
Chip on the phone. Good timing. Good morning, Chip. You're on Being the Breakfast Club. What do you got?
I was going to tell you, right now, if you go down on Avenue J in the corner of 5th Street, there's a giant rollaway dumpster, and guess what's all around that roll-around dumpster?
Yeah, I saw
so you
that
can see
the
it.
other day. Cones and reflectors and everything.
Yep.
And you
Yep,
said
so
that
that
Fifth
goes-
and
What were you saying, Chip?
Fifth and
5th
J.
and Avenue J. Yep. So I would go take a picture of that one to show your interest that this is how they're supposed to have it versus the night that you hit the one that was parked on the side of the road with no reflectors or reflection tape around it to let you know that it was there.
I'll tell you, I bet you it didn't have cones or reflectors before then, but since we've been talking about it.
Well,
I'm sure.
the day
No, I'm
after
sure you're
you
probably
hit it
right
and
on
it
some
was on the
level.
radio. Well, the day after you hit it and it was on the radio, and I drove by that trash can, one of the garbage men stopped there and started taking pictures of it. So they know that they already screwed up. I can guarantee it. If their people are taking pictures of it, they already know they screwed up. They're going to try to do everything they can to cover their butt, but let's be honest, the waste disposal people are trash.
Oh, wow.
So Jeffrey had a good point. Glad it was a dumpster and not a person.
Oh, I'm so glad it was, too.
Oh, heck yeah. But anyway, y'all have a good day. I'm glad B's doing a little better. I hope he gets better soon, and enjoy your day. Be safe out there, guys.
Thank you, Chip.
Yeah, and for those who are just joining us, Kevin checked in on the show. He actually called in from his hospital bed and checked in, and he is doing better. He's still got a long way to go. They're gonna late. So of course it's nighttime there now, but tomorrow they're gonna be draining the fluid from his lungs once again, and he was hoping that he was done with that, but it looks like that they're gonna have to do that again. But he's hoping to be able to walk soon and to be able to go home shortly after that. So that's kind of one of the levels he's going to have to reach before they'll let him actually get out of there. But he said that he's getting great care. He said that it's a state-of-the-art hospital in Cebu City.
Oh, good.
And for those who are wondering about that. And so he did answer some of our questions about how the wreck went down as well. So, but you can actually go to his Facebook page and see an update he did on Facebook as well, in case you missed him this morning on Being the Breakfast Club. Let's do our national anthem and Pledge of Allegiance, being brought to you by our buddy Rebecca Long. When it comes to protecting your home, auto, boat, RTV, RV, commercial, or life insurance, Rebecca Long can take care of it. She started her business at age 19 and still helping people 40 years later. She's still taking care of us here at the station too. She does a fantastic job. She insures all of our vehicles, our radio towers, our buildings. She took care of everything, even stuff she had never done before. Stop by 226 West Vega and Hobbs and talk to Rebecca, or you can give her a call, 393-2661. She is your Farmers Insurance agent and can customize bundle coverage options. Talk to Farmers Insurance agent Rebecca Long today so you can decide what coverage is right for you, whatever may come your way. She knows a thing or two because she's seen a thing or two. Rebecca Long, your Farmers Insurance agent, 393-2661. Give her a call today. Proud sponsor of the National Anthem and Pledge of Allegiance on Being the Breakfast Club.
Good morning. My name is Chase Mazurek. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
The tiny but mighty 7-year-old singer from Los Angeles, Malaya Emma Chandrawijaya.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air. ark was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
God bless America. God bless you. National Anthem and Pledge of Allegiance being brought to you by our buddy Rebecca Long, your farmer's insurance agent. Time now for the Lord's Prayer being brought to you by Judah Oil.
God is our strength and ever-present help when we're in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth may go into the sea.
This is Mike Welsh with Judah Oil. Can you join us in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
on earth as it is in heaven.
on earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day our
Give
daily
us
bread,
this day our daily bread,
and forgive us
and forgive us,
our trespasses, and we forgiven those who trespass against us.
and forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not to temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
Lord's Prayer being brought to you by our buddies at Judah Oil. Thank you to them for sponsoring the Lord's Prayer here on Be in the Breakfast Club. 877-396-W105. Still lots to get to on the morning show. We're going to do our tweet of the day coming up here in just a little bit. And we've got, of course, the boob of the day, good news of the day still to come. If you're running low on fuel on 128 between Jowl and Carlsbad, check out the brand new Twin Wells fuel station, 2.75 miles south of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Twin Wells fuel station is open to the public. It's a large, nicely built facility with plenty of cover. They sell unleaded green diesel, red diesel, DEF, and Twin Wells fuel station accepts all major credit and fleet cards. Don't sweat making it to the next town to fill up. Just do it right there on 128 on Buck Jackson Road, halfway between Jowl and Carlsbad at the Twin Wells fuel station. Proud sponsor of Be in the Breakfast Club. We're going to check in with news coming up. We're going to get some people qualified too, of course. So we got our new sponsor this week, Rig Outfitters and Home Store. Proud to sponsor the cash and give that away to our listeners. So we're going to give them an opportunity. You're going to get to hear the sounder coming up here in just a second. Already got it in there, Russ, so you should be good to go. Yep. Of course, news being brought to you by our buddies at the Ragsdale Law Firm. If you're looking for the leading accident lawyer in New Mexico, give Luke a call. If you've been involved in an oil field accident, call Luke. Automobile accident, Luke Ragsdale, 600 North Pennsylvania in Roswell, 575-208-5300. Got some huge settlements that they get for people all the time, and they're ready to go to work for you, getting that maximum amount of money they can get for you. 600 North Pennsylvania or 575-208-5300. Ragsdale Law Firm, proud sponsor of Be in the Breakfast Club on W105.
There's a home store in Hobbs presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call now. Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. American diplomats are airlifted out of Sudan. Any other Americans trapped in the fighting there are told to stay where they are until a safe exit can be arranged.
U.S. troops staying for the time being in nearby Djibouti. One American civilian is among the 420-plus people to have lost their lives. A power struggle between 2 ruling generals is at the heart of it.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The federal trial starts today for a man charged with murdering 11 people at a synagogue in Pittsburgh in 2018. Here's Fox's Gernal Scott.
Robert Bowers faces 63 total counts, including murder, hate crimes, and obstructing the free exercise of religion, resulting in death. Bowers' attorneys have attempted to avoid the trial, offering a guilty plea in exchange for multiple life sentences.
The Justice Department's pursuing the death penalty, though. Bowers' defense team argues he has major mental illness. America's listening to Fox News.
This is Daniel Bells, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet, asking you to push it, pull it, and drag those old cars from your driveway. Heck, the old cars you left in Mom or Grandma's driveway. If you have a title, they can be worth $3,000 on this program. We've dragged in a scrap bin to the front of our lot to send those suckers right to the boneyard. This program was made for people like you and me, and I'm going to help you take advantage. Right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet, 2155 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. Also, like us on Facebook for service and parts specials throughout the month.
Update your living space with furniture from Rig Outfitters and Home Store. Bedrooms, living rooms, offices, and kitchens. Rig Outfitters can help you with every room in the house. Brands like Ashley, Nectar, Catnapper, Fairweather, Jackson Furniture, and more. Check out the new beanbag mattresses from Corduroy or their wide selection of recliners and sofas. 0 down and easy financing, and they pay the tax at Rig Outfitters and Home Store, 1401 North Turner inside the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs.
Platinum Auto Service of Carlsbad is under new ownership. They offer preventative maintenance, diagnostics, and fleets are welcome. Right now, there's short wait time and fast service on brakes, tires, AC service, alignments, lift kits, and more. Stop by and meet the friendly staff today and get back on the road. Call 575-689-6900. Platinum Auto Services, 606 South Canal, Carlsbad.
Reading Under the Lights is happening Saturday, April 29th at Hobbs High School's Watson Memorial Stadium. There'll be free food, books, and other fun activities for the kids to enjoy. Bring out the whole family. Reading stations featuring Hobbs Fire, Police, Lee County Sheriffs, and NMJC basketball from 5 to 6 p.m. Then from 6 to 7, reading and special guest speaker, 2017 Super Bowl champion and children's book author Malcolm Mitchell, and book signing with an autograph session from 7 to 8. Come out and support the first ever Reading Under the Lights, Saturday, April 29th at Hobbs High School's Watson Memorial Stadium at 5 p.m. Brought to you by the United Way of Lee County, Hobbs Municipal Schools, and the J.F. Maddox Foundation.
Southeast New Mexico and West Texas, your connection to the best deals in the area are back in Lubbock, Texas. Daniel the Deal Man is ready to put the power of the entire Gene Messer Auto Group to work for you, finding the best price on the perfect vehicle for you and your family. Daniel missed his clients from New Mexico and is back and ready to go to work for you. Call Daniel the Deal Man today at 806-401-4606. That's 806-401-4606. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Volkswagen, and more are available through Daniel the Deal Man and the Gene Messer Auto Group. Call 806-401-4606 for the best deal today. Hobbs, get ready as 505 Productions is back this weekend with their huge gun and knife show. In fact, the largest 505 has ever had in Hobbs at the Lee County Event Center. This Saturday, April 29th from 9 to 5 and Sunday, April 30th from 10 to 4. 150 tables available to shop with guns, knives, ammo, scopes, and other gun accessories, jewelry, hides, gold and silver, plenty of 2A shirts and merch, and much more. That's 60 tables of just guns and ammo. Admission is just $7 per day or $10 for the weekend. Kids under 12 are free. Don't miss the 505 Productions Gun Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Lee County Event Center, 5101 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
You can build the best burger in town this week at Bob's Ridgeway with fresh ground beef, $1.99 a pound. Tender crust jumbo sliced buns, 8 count, $1.68. Food Club deal hamburger pickles, 32 ounce, $1.98. Borden singles, 12 ounce pack, only $2.48. And get Food Club ketchups and mustard, big 20 ounce, only 98 cents. And the red ripe tomatoes, only 99 cents a pound. And the jumbo sweet onions, 2 pounds for just $1. Those and over 150 high value inflation fighting specials this week where your service and value is always the best. And where your grocery dollar always goes farther and they still carry your groceries out for you. You can build the best burger in town this week at Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Whoa,
I woke up this morning.
If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Be and the Breakfast Club in the morning. W105.
Hey, old man! Try this. Oh, I think Chip riled up some of our buddies from Waste Management because I had several. Because we have several guys that listen to us that work at Waste Management. Dude, Joe from Hobbs, suck an egg, Chip. I think, as Smokey says, that's all on Tom, and you're right. It is. So
he's the one that started it.
Yeah.
Well,
who,
the
Tom?
damn thing.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, for sure. So, hey, for pipeline inspection services, you can rely on our friends at Iron River Inspection. Mike and Matt Hemmingson, both second-generation pipeliners with the experience and the patch you need. In fact, the Iron River Inspection team has over 300 years combined oil field-related experience. With all the guys they've got, it's impressive. And always have your best interest in mind, too, offering pipeline and facility inspection, industry and safety training, as well as top-notch industry consulting. Put Iron River Inspection on the job and ensure it gets done right. Iron River Inspection, located on Main Street in Eunice, or visit them online at ironriverinspection.com. Iron River Inspection. Make sure you talk to them. Tell them you heard their ad on Being the Breakfast Club. We really appreciate it. 877-396-W105. People said, how many people, or someone said, how many people in Carlsbad said Tom is an a-hole and deserved a T-shirt also. Well, technically, it was Tom A. Sucks.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it was supposed to be. So and we had it was actually a hat, and I ran out of hats fairly quickly.
Oh,
so
man.
and big thank you to our buddies at Awesome Graphics because they always print me up new hats, and they've always got me some for the next remote. So I appreciate them very much because we go through those hats. Let me tell you, when I've always got T-shirts. So we'll definitely, and I gave some people a hat and a shirt, depending on if they were real listeners. So you always get the people that come up at remotes that just want freebies. They don't care. I was like, what station do you listen to? Sorry, that's not what this is for. I want you to, I want somebody who's actually going to enjoy the hat or the shirt, not somebody who's just looking for something free. So, because I'll let you spin the wheel and do something else if you just want free stuff. So. 877-396-W105. Someone said they should buy Tom a new car. No.
Yeah, something's going to happen. I ain't worried about it. But, hey, by the way, Tom, here's what's going to happen with that dumpster, says the texter. You're going to fight it, and yes, maybe they were in the wrong, but you're probably going to receive a ticket for careless driving, especially if they get their hands on that video, which they already probably have. Just so you know. Here's the deal, guys. I hit it. I'm not gonna deny it. Okay? But they didn't give me a ticket. They didn't give me a ticket. Well, they can't anymore. Legally, can they do it still, Russ?
Yes.
3 weeks after the accident?
Yes.
You're kidding me.
It's
no
surprise, but yeah, you can be issued the citation for the violation after the fact. But that's not commonly done.
Yeah,
according to what's going to happen in court. I know you're not going to fight them hard enough in court. And here you are telling them on the radio, and go ahead and beat me. I'll just roll over. Here, go ahead. Go ahead. Here, let me grab the edge of this table.
And the Southern accent is
still getting the hate this morning on the text line.
Yeah. So
go
ahead, buddy.
Go ahead.
So this So this other texter is following it up with, yes, they can. It's the same as the wrecks. Yes, they can. It's the same as the wreck that the cops don't see the wreck when it happened. They showed up later. No, you got to give me the ticket then, or don't give it to me.
No, that's not how that works. So a guy named Chip calling someone trash. Okay. Chip, you're a dumbass. That's from Trash Man and Hobbs. I wonder where Trash Man. I wonder where he might have, a career or something in the industry. Hey, don't forget to shop with the pros at Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply and Ranch Supplies. They do that. They have Purina. They have your Purina certified expert dealer. So all of your pet food, all of your food for your ranch supplies, whatever you're looking for. If you've got it there, they've got it. They also have some great Western wear. Your favorite brands like Brighton, Carhartt, Wrangler, Dear John Denim, and more. They've got some great specials going on all the time. Go in and talk to them and find out what kind of deals they've got for you right now at Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. Just a little Western wear store with a whole lot of style. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, another proud sponsor of B and the Breakfast Club. What else going on in the text line, Tom?
Travis and Roswell saying, "Oh man, you guys like to judge. I'm sorry, Tom, but personal responsibility. If you'd hit a person, would you be saying they didn't have a reflector or cone? Yes, I would have. And didn't have a reflector chest.
You would be saying that they didn't have oh, wow, Tom.
Yeah,
wow.
Would. Where was your vest? How come you didn't have any neon stuff on it? I mean, we have a lot of people out here that walk in the streets late at night. And we have to pay attention. We have to pay attention when we're driving. We are responsible for what we do. Now, I would have felt bad. I probably would have gone back to help, but
I'm going to leave the room for a minute. I got to go in the back and go get a ladder.
So he can climb out of the hole he just got into? I don't know.
You don't listen to my cowboy logic. Just stop, okay? A little piece of cowboy logic. When you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. Okay?
Boy, a bunch of them, too. Here we go. It could also be cited as a failure to maintain control of your vehicle. Nothing was wrong with my vehicle. That dumpster was where it shouldn't have been. And Tom needs to invest in an electric bicycle pedal would probably be better, says the texter. And another one says, Jethro says, I got a ticket for careless driving for hitting a deer. They have hit me in Ruidoso, too. I was not responsible.
They have hit me. They hit you. Yes, you didn't hit them. The llama did not hit you. I mean, you didn't hit the llama. The llama hit you.
Yep.
And I don't know if I still don't have the story straight if it was a llama or a piece of wood.
And
it can't, and then it was an elk, and then it was an emu,
Right.
and I don't even know what it was.
So
I think it was a lie.
I've not had a real wreck. I've never had a real wreck.
Tommy.
This was a real wreck.
Tommy, you were about to get struck by lightning.
I haven't.
Dude, I watched you. Mad Dog and I sat there and watched you sideswipe somebody at the Lee County Event Center. We watched you with our own eyes.
Mad Dog's a liar. That never happened.
With our own eyes.
Am I a liar? I just said we were sitting there next to each other. We're like, did he just hit that car?
No, that never happened. You weren't there.
I was too.
Dude, you
It
took
was a
out
remote we were doing.
You took out the air conditioner here at the radio station. There's a little bitty cubby hole where we enter in the door.
Yeah.
And next to the cubby hole was a 50-year-old stand-up air conditioner. It
was
survived.
one of those swamp coolers.
Right. That little stand that it's on had survived 5 decades. It lasted, what were we here, 6 weeks when you managed to somehow pull your vehicle so far into the doorway that you hit the damn air conditioner.
You remember what happened?
He was trying to pull. There's no cover there. There's no carport.
What's that little
He was trying to pull his vehicle in farther.
Yes.
To be able to get it out of the hail.
Right, because remember the week before, I got hail damage.
We're all very aware because trust me, between the damage to the van and the damage to the roof in Lovington, anybody who was in Lovington during that hailstorm knows about it.
Awful.
Poor B and his fifth wheel, but Tom A, you did more damage to your car by trying to drive it in a place where you shouldn't be driving it than the hail did.
Well, I was trying to protect the windshield. That thing cost $300.
How'd that work out for you?
Well, the insurance cover didn't cover it.
Well, no. Didn't cover the windshield? Why not?
They didn't. And they didn't.
Oh, because your deductible's too much. That's why.
No, and then they didn't cover the hail because they didn't do that. The insurance company didn't do that.
Oh, whose fault is that?
So, I should have changed it then.
You probably should have.
Yeah.
If someone says, question for Will, as a business owner, at what point does Tom become a liability? LOL. Look, he does not drive the station vehicles.
Nope.
And I have cameras on wherever he parks. So if he like drove up and sideswiped the station van, I would see it.
I can't get away with nothing around here.
No, he really can't. So it says Tom needs a spotter. He really does.
But now that my eyesight is 20/20, I mean, it's perfect vision.
Yes, it's perfect. That's why he's not making any mistakes on the text line anymore.
Right. Although
he's rocking it.
I went back to the eye doctor for the final exam, right? Because I had them both done within 2 months. Take my cataracts out. And it's like, wow. But he says, Tom, you can't see close to things, right? Yeah. So I was going to prescribe a pair of bow lenses. That's what they're called, bow lenses.
Mm-hmm. You're telling the story, bro.
Bi lenses? What are those called? Bi lenses?
Bifocals?
Oh, those, yeah.
Oh, dear God.
Jesus.
The places we go to get to the most simple term, bifocals.
So,
how long have you been wearing glasses, bro?
Oh, since I was 15.
Yeah. And you don't know what a bifocal is?
I forgot. I hadn't worn them in a while.
Okay, someone help me.
It's glasses that drink Bud Light.
Yes, they're bifocal.
So I won't need my readers anymore, the ones I use now.
Mm-hmm. 877-396-W105. You can text in and be a part of the show if you'd like. You can call in and weigh in on Tom A or whatever else you want to talk about. So, hey, we've got our buddies at Roadrunner Grill. They're up and serving breakfast right now. Don't forget to ask about their coffee club, too, for only $1. They're right there inside the Best Western Pecos Inn in Artesia. And they are ready to go. They've got some not only awesome breakfast that they serve all day, so you can get breakfast for lunch or dinner. They also have some great food for lunch. They've got great Mexican and American cuisine, so you can go in there, grab some great tacos, grab some. They do the asada tacos, which are fantastic. They do hamburgers and chicken fried steak. That's Tom A's go-to. But if you're looking for parties and catering, they're available, plus delivery available within the city limits for orders over $20. They do, like I said, Mexican dishes. They do a lot of seafood, including crab legs a lot of times, and they will have alligator on a regular basis. Talk to them today. They're inside the Best Western Pecos Inn, but they're not just a hotel restaurant. They're open to the public. And, of course, they do to-go lunches for the patch, too. You can call about their daily specials, 748-3324, 575-748-3324. And if you see the food truck out in front, hit them up there too, because you can actually kind of facilitate things. They have stuff for sale in the food truck when they've got that rolling out in front of the hotel as well. So check them out today. Roadrunner Grill inside the Best Western Pecos Inn in Artesia. 877-396-W105. Leonard said, "Will stop the bleeding, please."
And I missed B's update this morning, so I want to go. I went back on YouTube to hear it, and I'm over here tearing up, praying for you, B. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for going back and finding it. Yeah, you guys can, of course, on any of our video feeds, you can actually rewind it and go back to the beginning. But yeah, so that's another way. You can see his personal update he did on Facebook, and someone had asked for the Facebook page on Kevin B because they couldn't find it, and I sent it to their link to them. But if you're looking, you can actually go to our YouTube. You can any of the video feeds you want to check out. You just text the word. So text Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, any of those words will automatically text you back a link to whatever feed you're looking for. Of course, now keep in mind, Facebook is the entire Facebook page, so it'll bring everything up for Facebook. But like I said, just text the word, and it'll text you back a link. So if you're looking for the YouTube link, just text YouTube. If you're looking for the Rumble link, just text Rumble. It'll automatically text you back with a link to those, and so that way you can get whatever video feed you want to, and you can go back and watch it yourself in case you missed Kevin B. He actually called in on the show first thing this morning and gave us an update in person, which was pretty incredible. And it was there again. It was he did a fairly touching thing for Tom A, which I'm sure will go in one ear and out the other. 877-396-W105. 2020 is not perfect. That's normal. I have 2013, which means I see stuff at 20 feet. Normal people see at 13. So 2020 is by no means perfect, Tommy.
Well, it's better than I was before, that's for sure. So I love it. Hey, laugh out loud, Deborah saying, yeah, a spotter that gets airplanes into the gates is, well, what he needs, says the texter.
Somebody else earlier had said you needed a spotter just to drive. You need one of those guys with a little flashlight,
right,
back you in and stuff.
Again, I'm not saying that I'm not at fault, but that dumpster was not in the right of way, and I'm just saying that.
It was the dumpster's fault.
It was. Well, let me make my case. When Chip said there's another dumpster with cones around it, what did that mean? That means
that there's idiots out there that would hit it too, and so they wanted to watch out.
That means
I'm sorry. I've never hit a stationary object. I just, it's never happened.
Well, you ran over a curb.
Yeah, to avoid hitting someone head on.
So.
Okay, so when you swerve to not hit someone head on who swerved towards you, and you hit a curb, that's a little different, Tom A.
Well, I swerved to get out of that dumpster's way.
No, you did not. The video is very clear. You didn't even try to avoid it. Dude, I can't even believe how fast you hit that thing. And you just skimmed it all the way down. I can't imagine the amount of damage. I was surprised at how bad your car is, considering you skimmed it.
Well, my buddy.
Because you did.
My buddy shop buddy that lives right down the street from me. I says, hey, you think I could get just 2 doors and a quarter panel and we can fix it that way? If you're gonna find it, yeah. What's a
good luck with that, Tommy?
What's a used door cost? $250 maybe.
Good luck with that, Tommy.
Good luck with trying to find one, get one. Ben, see, if you're going to try to repair it that way, you would have to have the wherewithal to understand how to go get a body guy and how to privately contract a body guy or body shop to put your parts on. Then you have to keep up with
how it works.
With
he just
prices.
wants somebody to do it for him.
Right.
No, I mean, he's a friend of mine, and he said, yeah, I'll get you a call, I'll get you 2 used doors and a quarter panel, I'll put it up for you. What's that cost?
If you get 2 used doors.
Take care of it.
I am.
877-396-W105. Texters are still razzing Tom. So if you want to text in, you're welcome to do that. Hey, want to give a shout out to our buddies, United Pump and Supply. Of course, they are newly open in Carlsbad. And if you're looking for a supplier that holds up under pressure, then you're looking for United Pump and Supply. For more than 60 years, they're experts at UP&S have provided top-of-the-line chemical pumps, valves, chokes, and gauges to the oil and gas industry. They're the only authorized Mercer dealer. They have superior products, Chicago valve distributor. They also sell Warren Sharp, LMI, and Tex Team. I almost said it again. Tex Team. Stop by I always have this thing where I want to say stream. Stop by our shops in Carlsbad or Odessa. UP&S team will help you with their brands that you've come to know and trust. United Pump and Supply, UP&S can handle the pressure, and they can take care of you. up-s.com. Don't forget, the guys at United Pump and Supply have a brand new. They're going to have their grand opening coming soon. I'm getting the date right now, so make sure and check them out. They're got to find the. So they've actually started doing this. They're going to do it May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. 10:30 to 2 at 402 South Canyon in Carlsbad. UP&S, their grand opening on May 5th from 10:30 to 2, 402 South Canyon in Carlsbad. Make sure and check them out for that, for sure. Make plans to put that on your calendar. UP&S, proud sponsor of Be in the Breakfast Club, United Pump and Supply.
And Texter says, that's like my gun shot me. Tom, you need to quit before you can't see daylight anymore, says the texter. Hey, guy, that reminds me of a story that came out of Santa Fe this weekend. It seems like the investigators there have said that gun may have been faulty. According to the reports coming out of there, they said that gun may have.
Are we talking about Alec Baldwin again?
The rest. Well, this is more new details that just came out this weekend. They said that maybe that one of the joints was wrong.
Look, we can speculate till we're blue in the face. The whole thing is a bunch of BS. Never should have happened, ever. Proper precautions should have been taken on the set of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Proper precautions should have been taken before any. And there's zero reason to actually point a gun at someone, even in a movie set, because it's all about angles and how you're shooting the angle of the shot.
Exactly.
And I'm not talking about the gunshot. I'm talking about the camera shot.
Mm-hmm.
So you shoot the angle, and you if you're doing a close-up on Alec Baldwin, there's no reason for him to have pointed this gun at her directly. And so the whole thing is never should have happened. And we can argue, all day long that this might have happened or that might have happened. It's all speculation. Look, we know what should have happened and what should not have happened, and the lady should not have lost her life. Period.
All I'm going to say about what I care about Alec Baldwin is when the incident happened in the first 3 minutes after the incident, this could be an erroneous report. I'm just going to say I've read it in more than one place. Did he immediately pick up the phone, call his wife, and say, "Ooh, this terrible thing has happened"?
Cops.
Did he call the police? Did he call this person? No. Alex Baldwin's first phone call after the incident was to his attorney.
What does that tell you, huh?
First person he grabbed his phone and called was his attorney. That's all I'm going to tell you. So.
Well, you made the interesting point on Friday that this is New Mexico, and they want nothing to jeopardize the film industry's revenues, which, by the way, may come into jeopardy because the Writers Guild of Association of America is planning to strike, and they may affect here the films that they do in New Mexico. We're talking last year they made about $850 million in the film industry in New Mexico.
Okay, no. So back up. I'm sorry. How much did the state of New Mexico make?
According to reports, $850 million.
No. You are mistaken,
They
sir.
made more?
So, Tommy, no, not even close. When you take out all of the credits and all of the subsidies we give the film industry, it's a net loss.
Well,
we don't make money in this state.
Right.
We lose money because of all of the money we give them as incentive to film here. We don't make money. We lose money. And it's not anywhere close. Look, cannabis and oil and gas make way more money than the film industry ever thought about. And cannabis is a fraction compared to oil and gas.
Oh, God. Yeah, right. Both of them are.
So, well, no, the other one's not even close. As I said, it's a net loss. So I would have called my attorney, too. Never a gun at someone's head, said Papa Top. So, well, I mean, unless you're trying to kill him, I mean, that would be the only reason I would point at someone's head.
Now, that armor,
but even,
I guess they call them armorers, she's still facing charges.
Which there again.
I wonder. I'll get in trouble. But I wonder
who actually pulled the trigger is off the hook, but the person who possibly was in charge of making sure the firearm was not is not. So, I have issues with.
And wasn't she like 24? Well.
She's young.
Do what?
She's like a 24-year-old armor person that was in charge of all this.
She grew up in the business, so maybe she had some experience.
Amen. Texas says treat every weapon as if it's loaded.
Always. We got a phone call.
Let's take the call.
You are on Being the Breakfast Club. Thanks for holding. Who's on the line?
Oh, this is Bobby from out in the patch.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, I got a couple things I want to chime in on. First of all, I'm glad to hear that Kevin is doing better. Secondly, Tom, you got bifocals and you got progressives. You say you got 20/20 vision, but yet you still need something to read up close and personal.
Yes.
Well, I do the same thing. So guess what? Your eyesight still sucks. Third,
okay,
you are a bad driver, man. Driver's education wouldn't do you no good. And well, a couple more things really on the Alec Baldwin thing.
Yeah.
The only way that thing could have went off on its own without being pulled the trigger. I don't know if you guys ever heard of a cook-off. That's when the primer has been struck, but the weapon did not fire. And after a while, it will heat up with the powder inside of it, and it can go off.
Wow.
Still no excuse for Alec Baldwin. He's a dum-dum. He should be found guilty of that. And then you guys are worse than calling customer service for insurance about answering the phone.
Well, we got to wait for a spot where we can get you in.
No, that's all. That's all Russ, because he has to be looking at the phone.
Yeah. But hey, anyway, guys, y'all have a great morning. I enjoy the show.
Thank you, bud. Thanks for being on Being the Breakfast Club. And hey, Will, Carlsbad Airsoft hosting. Did you read that text?
No, sir.
And I'm not sure whether we want to do that or not, but I thought I'd look
Nah, you're
at
fine. You can read it for Twista.
Okay. Carlsbad Airsoft is hosting a free airsoft event at 3701 Sandoval Road in Carlsbad Sunday, 4:30, 4th and the 30th. So that's just coming up Sunday. 11 a.m. Be there early for the prep. Find us on Facebook. So Carlsbad Airsoft. Ooh, I got to tell my kid about that. He'll be all up for that. And Tom?
Bill from Lovington says, bottom line, guilty of gross negligence on everyone's part.
I agree. And Baldwin may have bought his way out of it, but he has to live with, he took another life, says the texter.
Yeah, and I'm sure he wakes up every morning and that's the first thing he does is cry about it. Yeah.
I don't think he feels a shred of guilt. I don't think he does. I think he's...
You listen to his interview, he's blaming everybody else for what they did to him.
Oh, yeah.
By putting him in that situation.
In all this.
He did cry in that interview.
Oh, yeah.
He's the victim. Yes, he's the victim. If you listen to Alec Baldwin. So avoid the construction and congestion in Loving and stop by North Star Fuel for all your fueling needs. They have quick highway access, easy in and out. You can grab ice and water before hitting the road. They accept WEX, Gas Card, TCH, EFS, Fleetstone, and all major credit and debit cards. Located between Carlsbad and Loving, right there at 2519 Pecos Highway. Avoid the construction and congestion in Loving. Stop by North Star Fuel and get filled up quick. North Star Fuel, 2519 Pecos Highway, proud sponsor of Being the Breakfast Club. 877-396-W105. If you want to be a part of the show, you can call in, text in, and we'll try to watch the phones a little closer for you if you decide to call in.
Oh, and when we get to the tweet of the day, I've got a good one and some breaking news. Well, first, let me preface this for something. Will, did you see the poll, the ABC poll, the one that has been so favorable to President Biden? Said that 70% of people don't want Biden to run.
I saw that too, yeah.
Only 26% of Democrats, only 26% of Democrats want him to run.
Wow. But what was the part of that other poll too? That when they polled Republicans, it wasn't. It said a lot of them didn't want him to run again either.
No, of course Republicans don't want Biden to run. Where I'm on the different side of that. Oh yeah, I want to see him in the debates.
No, I mean
he's going to be impressive this time. I can tell.
Republicans didn't want Trump to run again.
Oh, didn't want Trump to run again. Well. Actually, in the latest poll that I seen, the closest second that he's got behind him is DeSantis at only 26%. And Trump is like up in the 60s, and then Nikki Haley's got like 3, and I think Joe Rogan could probably get a % in this race. But what I wanted to dovetail that into is some breaking news. Susan Rice stepping down as Biden's domestic policy advisor. Remember the famous flyer that come out and was the first one they trotted out to give us all the lies about help me, Will.
Sorry, bro. You're on your own. I don't know where you're going with this.
The attack in Benghazi. She was the first one they rolled out to, on all the Sunday shows to start spreading the lies on Benghazi. And then for that, she's been given different illustrious posts along the way. She has stepped down as the top foreign policy advisor to the president among rumors of going to work for a campaign. Whoa. So, in other words, now the first rat off the boat, Susan Rice.
Wow, a rat off the boat.
First rat off the boat.
Could we say Gavin Newsom's campaign, maybe?
Maybe a John F. Kennedy Jr. Nah, that wouldn't fit.
Let's do our tweet of the day, being brought to you by our buddy Jamal at Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Don't forget they've got their Test and Tune Grudge Race coming up Saturday, April 29th. Gates open at 12 p.m. Race starts at 1. They'll be going 1 to 6 p.m. $30 tech card, $15 for spectator. Kids 12 and under get in for free. Quarter-mile race and helmet is required to race. There'll be a prep track, cash or card accepted. And don't forget, too, Limpy's going to be coming up in May. You can check out Limpy's race May 12th for the TNT, May 13th for the back half race. Make sure and make plans May 12th and 13th for Limpy to be back. But you got racing again going on this weekend at Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Test and Tune Grudge Race April 29th. Gates open at 12 p.m. Hobbs Airfield Speedway, proud sponsor of the Tweet of the Day.
Well, there's a little preface that has to be set down between this. Stephen King decided to get in a Twitter battle with Elon Musk. And like most of the time, Stephen King, outside of making up a fairy tale, is not bright. He decided that he would call out Elon over his blue check mark. First, his blue check mark was taken away, and he had to pay his $8. So
all these liberals are losing their mind over losing their check mark.
So here was the first tweet, which was Stephen King's tweet. I think Mr. Musk should give my blue check mark to charity. I recommend the Petula Foundation, which provides life-saving services in Ukraine. It's only $8, so perhaps Mr. Musk could add a bit more. Ooh. Okay, first, Elon Musk is donating the services of I started to call it Skynet, Teslarati, which is the internet makeup that keeps the commanders in communication with the aircraft and so forth. All of that is being paid for by Elon Musk. And then Elon Musk, at the very start of the war, donated $100 million to the Ukraine. So Musk just simply texted back to him. He said, well, King, I directly donated $100 million to the Ukraine. How much have you donated today?
Oops.
So
yeah, tweet of the day. Thank you, Elon, for yet again pugning another liberal on Twitter. So I'm loving, and he's not exactly the most conservative guy on the planet, but he's starting to see the light about all of these liberals and all of the craziness that they're doing, especially when he really delved deeper into Twitter. He's like, man, this is just obscene. So thank you to Elon I don't agree with everything he does, but I definitely love when he takes on these liberals, especially on Twitter. Don't forget, of course, Tweet of the Day being brought to you by our buddies at Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Check out their races this weekend. Make sure and head over there and check them out. 5333 North A Street in Hobbs Airfield Speedway.
And also, there's a new gold rush going on.
You told us earlier. What's up?
Yes, I wanted to get this in because here's my retirement plan. I have figured it out. I need me a mule and some pans. With the record rainfall over the winter and the wildfires and everything that has disturbed the soil, treasures hunters are now combing through the rivers in the lower levels of California and doing extremely well. They're calling it a second gold rush. The original gold rush 175 years ago that everyone thinks cleared all the gold out of California mined maybe 10%. They said since the beginning of the time, the gold in California, maybe only 10% of it's been mined. And all these recent floodwaters and the abnormal amount of snow runoff that they had this year, along with geologic earthquakes and stuff, it's the perfect formula. Now, a historian named Ed Allen, who's they call one of the gold marshals, down there, has said that people are still looking, and he was on an interview on Fox Today, and in one afternoon he showed one pan little vial of gold that he got, and he had an ounce of pure gold, which the price is now for an ounce of pure gold is up around $2,000 an ounce. Wow. So, new gold rush in California. There's more details on that on Fox News, but there you go. That's a retirement plan. I
would need the gold just to be able to live in California.
Right.
That's true.
For the time while I was panning.
And then the thing about it is it's you could lose your butt because it's California gold, so then it transforms into lead.
You're right. Or it's at least going to, I'm sure they'll find new ways to tax it too.
Right.
And so it says, hey, Russ, the mule you need is right there in front of you. That's from Joseph this morning.
Oh, by the way, I got kind of chastised because of a meme that I shared, and I got thrown off of I'm in either Facebook jail or something. My wife takes care of that stuff. But I didn't think there was anything wrong with it at all, what I had done. I just took a picture of the shooter, the one that killed the 3 6-year-olds and the 3 senior citizens. And there was a picture of her when she looked like a girl. And then I took the picture where she has that mean look on her face where she looked like a boy. And then I took the picture of the little urn where they melted her down in her death. And I just put those 3 pictures together, and I thank the local police department for helping her with her transition.
Oh, Russ. Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Oh, damn, dude. I mean, no, look, I have no sympathy whatsoever for someone who took the lives of innocent people. However, damn, bro.
Yeah, I'm in Facebook.
You're in Facebook. Hey, Texas was asking, why does Tom continue to beat this dead horse? Nobody gives a poop about Alec Baldwin or the case. I mean, everyone knew that they would happen, says the Texan. Now, on the weekend, 2 of the network news led with a story. Fox didn't even have nothing on it. And then there was another one that had the story like buried into the mid part of the news. So it had some legs.
Listener, you want an answer? I got your answer.
Yeah.
One trick pony.
Right. One trick pony.
That's what Tom A is. He's a one trick pony. He knows what he knows and nothing else. So if he's ever done a story on anything, or if he's ever seen a story, he will beat that horse until it is dead.
That dog story was a good one coming out of Carlsbad. Remember that one?
What was that? Oh, the dog story. Oh my God! You had to go back to the dog story.
Well, it had legs too. By the way, leading into
it only led the news for like 2 weeks with no new information.
But that was somebody's dog. I mean, she loved those dogs. They were rescue
dogs. It was no new information.
But
it was great whenever they found the dogs, when they got them back to the owners. That was fantastic. That was a great update. Did we get that one? No. Did we hear like 20 times when they were looking for the same people over and over and over and no new information? Yep. I don't even want to go there, dude. Right. So, hey, we got to do our boob of the day. If it's not Tom A, because he's in the running now. Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. They've got 3 medical professionals on staff with almost 70 years experience. They offer functional medicine like natural supplements, stem cell therapy, ozone therapy, and hormone optimization. Desert Functional Medicine believes in treating the root cause of the problem, not just numbing the symptoms. Talk to them today. They've got cryotherapy. Again, the ozone treatment. That's one of the things B does on a regular basis when he's in the States. Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, 3900 North Lovington Highway, Suite 550 in Hobbs. You're looking for testosterone treatment, other hormone replacement therapy. They will help you out at Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, not the good kind, not the bad kind. 3900 North Lovington Highway, Suite 550 in Hobbs. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
Okay, well, this guy sounds like something I would do. A 24-year-old man in South California named Alan Riggs was arrested over the weekend for trying to ruin the mood by cocking his gun. Alan still lives with his ex-wife. You know there's going to be a problem right there. He became angry when he heard her getting it on with her new boyfriend upstairs.
Oh, my.
He's tried banging on the walls to get them to knock it off, and that didn't work. So he got his gun and cocked it, like the racking sound of a shotgun, in an attempt to ruin the mood. It worked. He went back to the couch and played mobile games. The ex and her boyfriend told police they heard the racking sound of a firearm and stopped. The ex also said he went downstairs and saw Alan holding the gun. He threatened her with it. Alan was charged with a felony. By the way, guess where I got this report? The smoking gun. And there you go. Alan, for trying to ruin the mood, you're the boob of the day.
So banging didn't work, but they heard him cock the gun. Wow.
Yeah, it must have been. They said racking sounds, so I'm taking it like 12 gauge rack.
There's so many innuendos.
What?
Racking. Oh.
Only Tom.
I'm just
Only
saying.
Tom.
Only
There you
Tom
go.
thinks about relations with a woman and getting racked. Sorry, bro, that's not what I'm thinking about. If you're looking for your next mountain getaway, look no further than our buddies at Camp of the Tall Pines in scenic Mayhill, New Mexico. Owners Scott and Jamie Miller have done a lot of extra work. They keep on doing more and more improvements all the time. Whether you choose their cozy cabins, their raised platform campsites for glamping, or their convenient RV hookups, you'll be pleased with the amenities and, more importantly, the surroundings. Camp of the Tall Pines welcomes large groups, so they've got places to hold your public function or holiday gathering. A wildlife lodge at the pavilion at the Camp of the Tall Pines is perfect for holding big groups. Don't forget the activities. Camp of the Tall Pines has high and low ropes, mountain biking, hiking, disc golf, as well as a great camp for elk, deer, and turkey hunting. You can go to their website, find out more, and plan your trip today. CampTallPines.com, CampTallPines.com, or check them out on Facebook at Camp of the Tall Pines. You can give them a call and find out more information, 687-4101. And don't forget, coming up this weekend, they've got the National Wild Turkey Federation banquet going on, the second annual. They're going to have dancing. They're going to have live music. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure and go to their website and find out more information, or go online to Facebook and you can get all the information about the National Wild Turkey Federation banquet happening this weekend at Camp of the Tall Pines, 687-4101, proud sponsor of Being the Breakfast Club. Text line being brought to you by our buddies at Amigo Machinery.
All right, so guys, I got a story coming out of Texas A&M over the weekend, and along.
I'm
sorry.
Is that the text line?
No, it's not text line. I just had it.
Text line being brought to you by our buddies at Amigo Machinery.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Balding guilty of sin. Everyone knows that, says the texter. And what the heck is glamping? Asks another texter.
Glamping is like glamour camping. So because they have it on a raised platform, you're not actually camping on the ground. So it's a platform camping. So you actually put the tent up on they put the tent up on a platform, and so they call it. It's a term I was not aware of until Camp of the Tall Pines became a sponsor. But that's what they call glamping, and that's basically what it is. It's raised platform camping.
When I first heard that term, I thought it was like dating really, really good-looking old women.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I've heard. That's what it sounded like to me. Glamping was like,
Anyway, it just means you have a really nice place to put your tent. Let's put it that way.
That's what I was saying.
Not popular. Never mind. Tom, how do you feel about losing your blue check mark? Well, he would have to be on Twitter first to lose his check mark.
Is that nasty?
But he is a liberal, so he would be losing his mind if he was there.
And I want Russ to adopt me. Laugh out loud. That's Nick from the Patch this morning.
And happy Monday, guys. God bless America, someone said on the text line. We appreciate you guys very much. So definitely, if there's something we could talk to you want to talk about this morning on the Being the Breakfast Club, we got our good news today to get to here in a little bit. We got to take another quick break. We're going to qualify some more people coming up here in a little bit. Of course, we're going to check in with news again, brought to you by our buddies at Zia Guns, 1907 North Main Street in Roswell. over 1,000 firearms in stock. They've got handguns, rifles, and they'll take of course, shotguns too. They'll take the time to find you the right gun. You can trade in and trade up at Zia Guns. And ladies, they encourage you to visit with them too. If you're nervous, Miss Amanda is right there to help you out. She will make sure that you get the firearm that's just right for you, not too powerful. If you're looking for non-lethal options, she's got those too. Stop in and see their expert staff. Zia Guns, where customer satisfaction is number one. The number one Zia Guns, 1907 North Main Street in Roswell, the original Zia Guns. Go by and check them out today in Roswell. 877-396-W105. Come back and check the text line here in a minute. First, we're going to check in with news and get some people qualified on being the Breakfast Club.
Rig Outfitters and Home Store in Hobbs presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
MTD Radio News. I'm Joe Miller. Here's a look at what's happening. Parts of New Mexico seeing some wet conditions with lakes, rivers, and streams reaping the benefits. National Weather Service and Bureau of Reclamation sharing new numbers at the Rio Grande annual public meeting. They say snowmelt collecting in New Mexico's water supply at record levels. While eastern New Mexico did not benefit from the precipitation, they say the western two-thirds of the state is above average in water supply. In the past few weeks, Hobbs Police Chief August Fahn says there's been a dramatic decrease in the number of auto burglaries. According to police call logs, HPD's calls for auto burglaries decreased to only 1 to 2 incidents per day, whereas before they were averaging 2 to 4 calls a day. Fahn attributes the decrease in auto burglaries to proactive policing and the community doing their part. He said one step residents can take to help keep a car from being burglarized is to make sure the doors are locked, windows are up, and no valuables are left in plain sight. An intersection with a major street and a west side road about to connect 2 major highways near Carlsbad is open. That, according to Eddy County Public Works Director Jason Burns. He said the intersection of Lee Street and the West Loop Road reopened April 14 as box culverts and paving was complete. The West Loop Road would connect Highway 285 with Highways 62, 180 and has been in the works for nearly 30 years. An important discussion during the Roswell Independent School District meeting last week focused on the difference between safety and security and how the district is ensuring that dangers of both types will be less likely to occur. RISD already has a handle on safety threats, also referred to as non-living threats such as fire and electrical emergencies, but work remains on security threats. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti Ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured whatever they printed on, your logo will look awesome.
This is Daniel Velos, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet, asking you to push it, pull it, and drag those old cars from your driveway. Heck, the old cars you left in mom or grandma's driveway. If you have a title, they can be worth $3,000 on this program. We've dragged in a scrap bin to the front of our lot to send those suckers right to the boneyard. This program was made for people like you and me, and I'm going to help you take advantage right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet, 2155 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. Also, like us on Facebook for service and parts specials throughout the month.
There's been talk in the news that it's hard to get credit these days. Not here. Just like always, we're making auto loans. We offer competitive rates and quick service. We make our loan decisions locally, so you don't have to wait for out-of-town approval on your loan. Make this strong move. Get your auto loan from us. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member, federally insured by NCUA.
Hat Creek Cafe is a brand new smoke lounge open now at 325 South Canyon in Carlsbad. People can purchase single-serve smoke, special adult beverages, and snacks from brownies to popcorn. Hat Creek Cafe has pool tables, darts, video games, and lots of different spaces to vibe. Plus, you can make your purchases on site. Hat Creek Cafe is for those 21 and over and open Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 to 10. Hat Creek Cafe, now open at 325 South Canyon in Carlsbad.
Tex-Mex Rentals and Services of Hobbs is hiring for vacuum trucks, pump trucks, and hot oilers. Must have a Class A CDL and be able to pass pre-employment drug screening. Tex-Mex Rentals and Services offers competitive pay, sign-on bonuses, paid time off, health benefits, and 401k. Apply in person today at Tex-Mex Rentals and Services. See Karina at 2604 Northwest County Road in Hobbs. Tex-Mex Rentals and Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Hobbs, get ready as 505 Productions is back this weekend with their huge gun and knife show. In fact, the largest 505 has ever had in Hobbs at the Lee County Event Center. This Saturday, April 29th from 9 to 5 and Sunday, April 30th from 10 to 4. 150 tables available to shop with guns, knives, ammo, scopes, and other gun accessories, jewelry, hides, gold and silver, plenty of 2A shirts and merch, and much more. That's 60 tables of just guns and ammo. Admission is just $7 per day or $10 for the weekend. Kids under 12 are free. Don't miss the 505 Productions Gun Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Lee County Event Center, 5101 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Artesia Arts Council proudly presents Artesia native and award-winning Dr. Jacob De Hoyos' piano recital. Having performed at venues such as Carnegie Hall and as a soloist with the Texas Tech Symphony Orchestra, De Hoyos charms with his skill. Classic pianist Dr. Jacob De Hoyos gives a performance you won't soon forget. Saturday, April 29th at 2 p.m. at the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center in Artesia. For tickets and information, visit ArtesiaArtsCouncil.com. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Hi, good morning. Southeast New Mexico temperatures for Roswell in the mid-70s. A slight chance for a few showers. Carlsbad, Artesia near 80 degrees this afternoon. And in Lovington, 71 degrees at our radio studios with a 10% chance for rain. By Tuesday, with plenty of sunshine, temperatures will warm up to 84 degrees in Lovington, about the same temperature range in Carlsbad. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
We can make the morning if we try.
Beef and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Get up! Get your fat ass up! Now get up! Like a beached whale. God.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Was that supposed to reference Tom? 877-396-W105. Sometimes I think B, in the back of his mind somewhere when he's doing those, he's got something in mind. 877-396-W105. So someone said something that hasn't been talked about much is gas prices are on the rise again.
Yeah.
Slowly, but they are rising. Just food for thought.
It was $3.59. I was in Hobbs yesterday.
You know what will really make you mad? I'm fueling my pickup, and I wage it on how far a $100 bill will get me. It was just about 4 weeks ago because I was so excited. I was completely empty. My truck has this huge gas tank on it, one huge gas tank. And I walked in and I filled up my truck almost empty for $105. Wow. I was so excited about that. Less than 3 weeks later, I fill up yesterday and I got 3/4 of a tank of gas for $100.
Wow. How big's your gallon tank?
Like 32 gallons.
Oh, is it?
So I'm looking at online right now, and several of the prices around Hobbs anyway, $3.39 to $3.59 is what I'm looking at. Is what I'm seeing on like Gas Buddy. So $3.39 to $3.59 in the Hobbs area. I was going to check Carlsbad real quick and see if there's any big difference there. Same it's a little cheaper in Carlsbad, not much. It's $3.39 to $3.49. So it goes a little higher at Hobbs. And then I was going to check over just because I'm curious, because I'm always going over there to visit the boys. Yep, that's what I thought. Alamogordo, $3.19, $3.29. So like 20 cents cheaper in Alamogordo.
If you remember, there was this gray-haired, skinny disc jockey.
Okay.
That about 12 years ago started this big gas outrage.
I remember.
Ended up getting us a Petro and a Murphy's and brought recognition to what was going on in Lee County. That all started because when I went to Gas Buddies, they used to have a map that showed where the high gas prices was. And the highest gas prices in New Mexico was a little green area, the exact same shape as Lee County. I mean, like you drew Lee County out.
Traced it out. Huh?
Traced it out. Well, the last time I went to Gas Buddies, it's back. Will, are you able to see the price map where they have the colored area?
I'm not on there. No, I can't. I'm not where I can go right there. But I was just looking by zip code on several of these. And just to kind of give you some perspective, one of them you expect for a tourist area to be a little bit more expensive. And so Ruidoso and Hobbs are basically the same price. And I mean, when you're thinking about where the gas is coming from a lot of times, or where it's being produced and manufactured, and how far it takes, do you think it takes more fuel to get it up the mountain to Ruidoso?
Yeah. And my point wasn't about what caused it then, but it was the fact that that outline was exactly the shape of Lee County, and it's back again. How is that happening, Will? How is the gas prices in Eddy County and Lee County so much higher than anywhere else in the state? If it's not a almost collaboration with the distributors in our area.
You know, I honestly, Russ, I mean, through your investigation, did you find anything out?
Well, we did investigation as far as following the gasoline trucks, and actually had one gasoline truck that dropped fuel in this area to one named distributor, and then the same gas truck was followed to up to the northern part of the state, just out of Lee County to Portales, delivered to the same distributor, the same gasoline out of the same truck, and there was a 32-cent difference between the price in Hobbs and the price in Portales.
Wow.
So I don't, as much as we're complaining, I just happened to do a search for the gas price in California.
Hello.
Oh, here we go.
$5 a gallon. So we probably ought to just, count our blessing and call it good. So yeah, $5 a gallon in California.
Yeah,
and that's not even one of the more like affluent areas.
Well, my sister.
If I'm not
if you're mistaken. Yeah, because my sister lives in San Diego. $5.35. I was talking to her the other day. A gallon.
Pretty crazy. I was going to check it. I was just doing some different searches for different of the major cities, because that was like Cerritos, California, which is not really anything that big. But I was trying to find some of the other ones like San Francisco, and San Francisco is well over $5 a gallon. Not a big surprise there.
I was expecting 6 to 7.
So, there's definitely places where, and I was thinking, what about Hollywood? What about LA? So I'm just doing different searches.
What's the prices of gas in New York?
New York City.
You keep
I'll
in
look
mind, for that. Hold on.
In the city itself, there's not a lot of people that drive.
Right. That's right.
Now it's fairly. I mean, in the state itself, it's fairly inexpensive. I mean, it's still more than it is here. $2.95 to $3 a gallon. So in most of the places in different, but I'm not finding New York. New
York average gas price by AAA current $3.68. Not Not a whole lot different than about what we're paying almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wasn't going to say this, but yesterday, I was coming to work to do some stuff, and around 5:30 maybe last night, and the nearest convenience store near my house is just 2 blocks away, and went there to get some gas because the needle was, getting there. And so I drove up on Main Street, and I ran out of gas. Because that convenience store didn't have gas. And I ran out of gas.
You run out of gas in a vehicle with a gas gauge in it. Grown man.
Well, I didn't look at it.
63.
No, I didn't look at it. There it is right there.
Why am I not surprised?
See, here's the thing. He frequents that convenience store,
yes,
but he's not going for that gas. He's going for the other kind that he gets through the burritos.
My goodness.
And so he's always gassed. He's always gassed up and ready to go with that gas.
When you look at the Allsups, gas should be the first thing on your mind, brother. We got a phone call.
Let's go on the phones. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, Russ.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Russ. Tell Dingling that California, the reason gas is so high out there, they're all total electric. Remember, they're a different country. They don't like our gas automobiles out there, so he needs to not compare us with them.
That's true. They add extra to the gas just to make you feel bad about using it.
Right, because they got to run them gas generators to make that electricity, so that's why gas is so high.
Thank you, Frank. Will, you was right. What do you see powering most of those electric recharging generators?
Oh, a diesel generator of some kind.
There was one picture that didn't they show here a couple of months ago. I seen one of the pictures and back behind the electric charging station in a nice little recessed area behind walls in the shed. It's 2 great big diesel generators that are just churning away to produce electricity to charge their vehicles. Plus, here's another thing about electric vehicles. Just to tell me this logic. Will Rooney, you're a smart man. A pickup my size, running on gasoline with a gasoline motor, weighs 6,000 pounds. That same truck in the electric model weighs 10,000 pounds. How do you move 10,000 pounds as efficiently as you move 6?
Not with electric engine.
And
I had no idea it was that much different in weight.
The report that we did last Thursday on the show, the garage it collapsed in New York, they're now blaming that. They had the very, very top 2, which was supposed to be, the high-level parking, was all reserved for electric cars. It was almost full. And that's what brought down the whole garage. And now they're wondering if your older parking garages, parking structures, and city street infrastructure can handle the extra weight of a pickup that weighs 10,000 pounds. My daughter just bought a car that it is cute. It is a very nice electric vehicle. And on the inside, I've got to say, pristine as far as its look and its capabilities and electronics. I could also almost load it up in the back of my pickup.
Oh, good.
And I'm looking at the car, and I looked on the little door frame, looking at some of the things and everything. Weighs 5,200 pounds. It's only 1,000 pounds less than my F-150. And it's, you put 4 adults in that car and you're done. You couldn't get a box of Kleenex in there. It's a beautiful little car. I'm proud of her for getting it. And she's very ecology conscious. And as soon as she could get signed up to get an electric car, she did. But it's about the size of a Volkswagen and weighs 2.5 tons.
So what'd you pay for it?
I can't say because when she told me what she paid for it, I know she's lying through her teeth because she didn't want to admit to her dad how much it cost.
Mm-hmm. So someone in the texture says, come on, Tom A., take responsibility for once. Once you get below half a tank, it's time to fill up.
Well, I tried, but I couldn't. My hands were frozen. I'm
sorry, what?
I was in Hobbs doing a tournament. By the way, it was a great tournament, the slam out there. And I officiated late at night, and I was coming home, but my hands were frozen. So I couldn't put gas in the car. And I still had plenty, but I wanted to put more in there.
Is anybody else? This is where B would pull out the drill. Your hands were okay, so Tom.
Yes.
Buy some gloves.
Well, a gentleman out of Hobbs.
It's not like it's the middle of winter, dude.
What it was? Did you know what the temperature was at 2:00 in the morning?
It was. Don't get me wrong. There were some times it was chilly. Were you out doing a baseball game at 2:00 in the morning?
Till 5 Saturday morning. Yeah, Sunday morning. Yeah. It was cold. I finally a gentleman up there. I want to thank him, Steve. He let me borrow his gloves. He's got hunter gloves.
Well,
does anybody buy that Tom A. stayed up all night?
Well,
a game?
It takes longer because you've got to take those sideline little trips down that end of town out there by the softball park.
Well, yeah, he's got to go to Jowl to get to Lovington. So.
Right,
No, but yeah,
so
it was cold.
I don't even.
It was frozen.
I need the drill. 877-396-W105. I need to. A hole in the head would be less painful.
We're running out of time. We're already 16 minutes out. We got to get to our good news story.
Russ. You keep on trying to. Right as I'm doing a sponsor, then you try to get us on track. Right,
Okay.
right. So at Last Lighting Mirror and Grooming Tool, Rebecca Long, our good buddy, she's standing by for you with the best mirror on the market, and she spent a long time coming up with just the perfect mirrors, just the perfect different every little thing, from the rechargeable USB charging cord to the look of the black or white plastic diamond finish. She actually went above and beyond to make sure everything was just perfect with this mirror. And so you're going to be very pleased when you see how bright the LED lights are, how clear the mirrors are, how well you can see from them. And when you go 1, 5, and 10 times magnification, all on the same mirror, it's very impressive. It weighs 4 pounds. It's great for traveling. If you like to travel along and do your makeup or trim your goatee while you're on the road, this is a perfect makeup mirror for you. Guys, you're going to find yourself using this if it's your wife's, because it definitely makes it easier when you're trying to find some of those hairs that have been escaping you. Some of the things that maybe might be like Tom A's ear. It looks like a spider growing out of there. So you could definitely use the mirror and find all those and get them out of there. So definitely hit them up online at lastmakeupmirror.com, at lastmakeupmirror.com, or give Rebecca a call, 631-3189, 575-631-3189. I have not talked to a woman yet who has gotten this as a gift and been disappointed or have been offended or anything else. Because guys think, well, if I get her something that's, just going to make her think she's putting on her makeup wrong. No, trust me. She will not be upset about this, because this is just like guys like tools. Even if they have every tool in the book, they're not going to be upset if you get them a new tool. This is kind of the same thing with women. They're not going to get upset if you get them a new mirror, especially one of this quality. It is really, really fancy. 575-631-3189. Go by and check them out, 226 West Vega, or give Rebecca a call and find them online at lastmakeupmirror.com. At Last Makeup Mirror, proud sponsor of Being the Breakfast Club. Someone says I called BS on Tom A.
What part?
It was an all-night tournament, someone said.
Yep.
So there you go. Tom A was up all night.
Yep.
You can't sit in your vehicle while you're filling up, sir?
Well,
someone asked?
You can't grab the gas pump because it's
really?
frozen. Yeah.
You can't. So you're in your car and you got your heater on and your hands are nice and warm. You go out real quick and you put it in the gas can and you let it fill up and you get back in your car. Can't do that, huh?
Well, I didn't want to be a wuss and not get in the car.
Dude, you not filling up and running out of gas is the epitome of you being a wuss because it was too cold outside. So you already failed there. Sorry. I bet when Tom returns that borrowed car, it's on E as well. Oh, you know it will be. If he ever had to return it to his brother, which I think his brother wrote it off the second he gave it to him, because he knew even if he got it back, it wasn't going to be in good shape.
He doesn't know that I wrecked it, though.
I'm sorry, what?
He don't know that I wrecked it yet.
I'm going to have to send him the Facebook video.
So, yeah, now you told him. He listens to the show. Thanks a lot, by the way.
Yeah, I know for sure. So, 877-396-W105. And someone says, hey, Will, why didn't DC release the Batgirl film? They said it was a pile of poo. I have no clue. I mean, apparently, once they started reviewing it they shot a bunch of that movie. And then I guess when they started looking at it, the producers were like, this sucks. Which is surprising because if they spend all the money, and they usually just go ahead and release it regardless, just to try to recoup some of the cost. But apparently they didn't. They decided against that.
Wow.
Tom's car doesn't have a heater, someone asked.
It does.
Yes, it's got a heat. The car is actually, until Tom Mayer hit the dumpster, it was actually in really good shape.
Very nice. Let's take care of it.
It was practically new. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it was the nicest vehicle he'd had in a long time.
Oh my God. And I just remember something I was going to ask you guys on the show. So I'm running out of gas, and then my buddy comes and helps. No, my buddy comes to help me. But then as I'm coming to the studio, a light comes on. You know what it says? Check engine. What does that mean exactly?
We don't have that much time left in the show.
I'm not even going to try.
There's a multitude of reasons why that light can be on.
Well, older cars always have that light come on.
Check your blinker fluid too.
No.
It's probably that light usually comes on when you have loose muffler bearings.
Yeah, right. You know what it was? It wasn't the check engine light. It was the low gas light.
That one
the low gas light. That's what it's trying to tell you. You're out of gas. It could mean anything from your oil to your harmonic balancer could be off to you could have O2 sensors out to you could have a cat caught in your flywheel.
It could be nothing.
I love you, bro, but you're speaking Greek to him.
He has no idea what I'm talking about.
A single thing you just said. Hey, Will, have you caught Tom sleeping in the studio lately? No, but I haven't been in the studio lately. Russ, what's the verdict on Tom sleeping in the studio?
When he's standing up, he manages to stay awake. But if he sits down for a minute, he's right. He goes.
Zone off.
I had a news story. The reason I interrupted you a while ago is I want to be sure I had just a moment to get this in before we went to the good news story, because I think it was Will that said last week when he's talking about the transgenders in schools and the guy in Eunice and everything. And you made a remark that it wouldn't be very long until they'd be trying to shower with their daughters. Was it you that said that?
I don't know. Did you, Will, say that? I don't remember.
Well, I've said similar things in the past, for sure.
Anyway, outrage ensues in a Wisconsin school district after an 18-year-old male-to-female transgender student allegedly got in the shower with 4 freshman girls. He's 18. These are freshman girls, which freshmen are what, 15?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how this isn't an adult exposing himself to children. But apparently he got into their shower while they were showering and disrobed and showered with them. And wasn't arrested. The 4 girls rinsed off and left the shower rapidly. The school didn't detain him, call police or anything. And matter of fact, the school is waging massive support behind his rights. So this is what ticks me off every time we hear a story like this. What about the girls' rights?
That's right.
So we've got 3 girls who are just violated, and we're worried about his rights. What about their rights? What about their right to be able to enter a space that is supposedly protected and not have to worry about being accosted by a male?
Well, how about this? The teachers and administrators did not even investigate the matter until the next week when parents finally found out about it and started emailing and asked about it. They knew about it, but they did no investigation and said, what is the rule? What is our policy? It's basically, they said that is their policies, is to stand by the rights of the transgender student. So
when are we going to stand up for the rights of the girls? When are we going to stand up for the rights of the people that this is actually victimizing?
This person's 18.
He's an adult.
And I'm going to say where this all ends. Maybe not in this. But things like this, because they've been emboldened and now they're actually trying to, but unstable minds are already trying to highlight themselves. So,
yeah.
And it's going to spiral down from the school shooting to incidents like this more and more. Then a father's going to get involved.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, but this person's 18. He better be glad that wasn't my ninth grade daughter in there.
No joke.
So anyway, I wanted to get that story in, and that's
Sean agreed with you. He said that 18-year-old will get a whole can of country ass whooping.
Mm-hmm.
Deservedly so.
And trans isn't a right; it's a mental illness. Look, I'm inclined to agree, and I think. Look, here's another thing too. Why do we assume that just because someone says that they're trans, that they're actually suffering from gender dysphoria? Why is it out of the realm of possibility that this person is just a pervert who wants to have an excuse to go in the women's locker room? I've said it before. If this was Revenge of the Nerds in the movie, the nerds would have just pretended to be girls and gone into the girls' locker room so they could take a look at what was in there.
Right.
They wouldn't have to spy through the wall. They would just be able to walk in there and disrobe and shower with the girl.
You want to talk about the phone
in
lines?
The world we live in today.
Talk about the phone lines light up.
877-396-W105. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on B in the Breakfast Club. Who we got?
Hello.
Morning.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Dennis from Tatum.
Hey, Dennis, what's going on?
I've got some peacocks.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Dennis.
Wow,
buddy, you're
goodness,
about half an hour too early there, buddy.
Yeah, you're a whole half an hour early. I hope the lines aren't lit up with calls for Tradio. You're on Being the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing good, sir.
Good.
Well, hey, on this trans issue, I just want to say I'm kind of upset with the way everything's going on there. I wish our county commissioners would come up with a rule or law, that a simple fix. This is all it would take to fix the whole transgender issue to protect our Lee County citizens is change our restroom designations for men and women to the chromosome. XY for men, and the women's chromosome for women. Simple fix for our kids at the schools, so there's no shower issues or anything else. We simply just put that designation on there. If you have that chromosome, you go to that room. Simple.
Intelligent idea. Very
it should be that simple. It should be that simple, but it should be even more simple by just saying men or women. But because they blurred the lines, unfortunately, it's not that simple. But you're right. I mean, it's common sense. We should not have someone who is biologically one sex or the other allowed in the other person's bathroom. If there is a single stall that's a unisex bathroom, great. That's fantastic. If that's not available, guess what? They have to use the bathroom that they were of the gender they were assigned at birth. Otherwise, they're having to go home because they can't use the bathroom with other people of the opposite sex. Period. That's it.
Can I abuse somebody?
What if you have 3 chromosomes? That's a little different. That's a whole different other. That's a whole other type of situation.
Right.
Are you oh, no, you know what? Smokey's right. Are you sure you're not thinking about Porky's where the boys are watching the girls in the shower? You're right. There was something about Revenge of the Nerds where they were, I just remember the famous line, we have blank. I think they were watching it on video or something. They were following around a girl. That's what it was. They were following around a girl with a hidden camera or something. Anyway, but they wouldn't have to do that. They could have just walked in there. But you're right. Porky's was the one where they were spying on the girls in the other room. The whole problem was we went from Gen X to Gen Z. Look, no one even. Gen Z doesn't, half of Gen Z doesn't even understand and it's becoming more and more accepted. I feel for my son. One of the people, so he went to prom, and one of the couples that he went with, and I don't even know how this even happens, but one of the couples he went with was a boy. And a boy who apparently decided or a girl who apparently decided they're transitioning to a boy.
Okay.
And so it looked like a homosexual couple, but it wasn't. It was a girl and a guy. And she was dressed up like a guy and has changed their name to something very off the wall. It's not even logical. But it's way off the wall. But I felt bad, not so much for my son, because my son was just like, whatever. He's like, I felt bad for the person's date.
Oh.
Because can you imagine that you're going to go with a girl and all of a sudden you're not going with a girl anymore? And I don't know how this kiddo decided or where he, I guess, it was afraid of being canceled. I don't know what the situation. I honestly don't. But he went to prom with this person dressed as a boy. So it looked, but even though it's a girl, but this is happening this is in a school in New Mexico. This is in Alamogordo High School. And this is just one example. And it's just one that hit real close to home because it was, my son. I was just like, wow. He's right there with these other kiddos. Luckily, my son had one of his best friends who he's been friends with for a long time. I think they're kind of leaning towards more than that now, but she's very, very attractive, and he was, fully female. So thank God for that.
Thank God for that.
So
well, do you think these high school kids, because they've been indoctrinated for the last 10 years because of it, don't really care anymore?
Absolutely. No, I think they've been, and I think that's the goal of the left, is to make this so normal that the people don't even blink at it, that they just accept it and move on. As wrong as it is, as not okay as it is, they just they want people to just, and that's what's happening. Our kids are already doing it. They're already just accepting it and saying this is the way the world is, and it's tragic. And as conservative as Patrick is, even he doesn't really blink at it that much anymore. He may not agree with it. He may not. He may see my point, but he doesn't. I mean, he's not friends with this person because of their. And there again, I wouldn't necessarily want him to not be friends with them. I wouldn't want him to treat them any differently.
Right.
As a person. However, the fact that they're making everybody call them a different name, that they're making them, it's a very selfish thing for any of these trans people to do, because it's not just affecting them anymore. You're making everybody else, and if they don't buy into your delusion, you're calling them a transphobe or canceling them or doing all these other things. It's like, it's just sad. And that's what we find at our situation with the Chaves County Road Department and the issues that have been going on there. Obviously, we had a Hobbs Middle School student who has decided that they're going to dress in a dress and go into the girls' locker room in middle school. I mean, this is happening in our schools in Southeast New Mexico as well, and it's in some in fairly conservative areas. I mean, Otero County and Alamogordo is pretty conservative. I know we've got more calls coming in, but we got to get to our good news of the day. Good news of the day being brought to you by our buddy Herschel Rustin Hayes, your farmer's insurance agent in Lovington, 1109 West Avenue D, right across from Bob's. You can't miss him. Go over there and check him out. Rustin's a super awesome guy, and he's ready to help you out with auto, home, life, commercial. He can help you with all of that and more, and he can bundle your coverages too. 575-396-0513. Herschel Rustin Hayes, proud sponsor of the Good News of the Day.
Well, I've got several little ones, and a couple that'll make Tom go,
Okay.
A guy named Troy Nelson showed up at the lottery headquarters in Nebraska to claim his $10 jackpot. He won $10 on the scratcher. He said he wanted his big check. He said the whole thing about winning is I want my big check and I want my photo.
Okay.
So the Lotto Commission played along, and they took a full jackpot photo, and they made him a big check for $10. He got his thrill of the day. And a bunch of employees of the Kansas City Royals baseball team saved a dog that had climbed into a woman's engine department and rode under her hood for half an hour drive to work there at the station, but they managed to get the dog out, and not a lot of injuries. He's just a little roughed up, and yeah, they're going to find him a new home. He's already been adopted by, I would imagine. And also, a new study found that parrots like Zoom. When researchers made video calls and contacted other birds and let the birds see and talk to each other over Zoom, the birds showed signs of being less lonely. So birds like Zoom. And a set of quadruplet brothers, that's 4, okay, just opened their own Jersey Mike franchise in New Jersey last week. They're 25 years old and all worked at a Jersey Mike's in high school. So they started talking about opening their own store, and they finally got together and made it happen. And the 4 brothers now are the new owners and openers of a brand new Jersey Mike franchise. Good for them. Perseverance, they'll get to work together forever. And there you go. There's your good news stories of the day.
Thank you, Russ. I appreciate it. Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes, 1109 West Avenue D, your farmer's insurance agent. So Smokey on the text line asked me a question. He goes, okay, I got a question for you, Will. How many biological women are going into men's bathrooms? I don't recall any doing that, and we only hear about the guys doing this BS. Look, you're right, Smokey. We don't hear about it a lot, and I think it's because most of the girls who go into guys, and it does happen. In fact, it happened to Patrick just during prom. So I asked him, I said, so wait a minute, because he had told me at one point that this person who is transitioning and the girl he was with had gone to the bathroom. I was like, well, hold on. She gave up the right to go to the girl's bathroom with her girlfriends. I said, how does that work? And he goes, no. She went into our bathroom. The boys' bathroom. And I said, say what? Yeah.
See, right there, it's unfair. It's unfair. Those trans people can now just always opt to use the bathroom with the shortest line. That's not fair.
Well, and for most women, that's going to be the guys every time. So, but the problem is women can't use the urinal. I don't care how talented you are, ladies. You're not using the urinal.
I want to watch the see them try. I want to watch that.
So they're going to have to use the stall. And so that being said, you're still going to have a backup in there if you have a bunch of girls going to the men's bathroom because the stalls are going to be used up.
Have you ever seen the movie Joanna Man?
No.
Who's in it? What?
I don't even. I'm scared to ask.
It's all about a basketball player. He's not trans, but he has to dress up as a girl so he can get to play professional basketball because it's the only job he can get. So it's a real comedy version of a guy doing that. And there's a scene in there of him walking up with his dress and everything and using the urinal. And the guy stands beside him. And it's a hilarious comedy. The name of the movie is called Joanna Man. And you got to see it.
Did you see what Trump just recently said? He said that from a money standpoint, if he had a team, he would take all male NBA players and change them and transition them and tell them they were all transitioning and change them to the WNBA. He said he doesn't like LeBron anyway, but LeBron would be, can you imagine LeBron James and all these other male basketball stars? They would dominate the WNBA forever. If we transition them at all and let them play in the WNBA, but it might actually be worth watching. I'm sorry, did I say that?
Yeah.
So it said, I see lots of women use the urinals at Dallas Cowboys game, and they're fun to watch, and they never lose a drop. I was like, I can't really see that unless they're turning around and using them. I'm sure it's possible, but yeah. I would imagine and I'm sure women can be very innovative when it comes to whether or not they get to use the bathroom or not. Someone says, "Will, you're wrong. I've seen it, and a little more spilled." Wow. Okay. So I'll give you credit. All of this trans crap is just a trend, a fad. Like parachute pants, this is what is caused by a lack of male role model in our families. Look, I think you're right. I think that the father unit not being a part of the family is a big part of this. I don't think that a lot of these kiddos that have a good male role model are, especially the male kids that are transitioning to women, are where they have a stable father figure in the. But I mean, I'd be interested to find out how many of these kiddos who transition actually have a stable father figure that they can look up to, or if it's parents who are encouraging them. And I know I've seen it because we've talked about several people who are basically saying that their toddlers are non-binary. I'm sorry, toddlers?
Here we go.
They don't even know what boy and girl are yet.
Right.
How are they going to know what they are? So, someone says, so are all these other countries having stupid gender problems? Look, the West countries, I mean, the countries from the West, a lot of European countries are doing a lot of this. The Philippines has been having something like this go on for quite a while. It's a little different over there, but there's been a feminizing of males going on in the Philippines for quite some time. Obviously, Thailand gets a bad rap for a lot of, what do they call them, ladyboys?
Ooh.
So, I mean, Thailand's had a situation like that for quite some time. There's been a lot of sex workers that are basically transgender. Oh, good God. Some of these texts, they're being very specific on how these girls are able to do that. More information than I ever needed to know.
Right. And one of the texters asking, so these are the same people who say their women's rights are being violated, but they don't give a rat's ass says about women's rights, says the texter. I'm kind of curious about Title IX, Will. Remember, it was the one back in the late 1970s that was drafted because women weren't getting the opportunity to play sports. Well, was it that I knew it was 2 weeks ago, the Supreme Court heard a court case kind of in this way, but not kind of in this way? You remember that?
Somehow I knew that this story would not have an aim and would go off in the weeds. No, Tom. Please, can you make your point so we can move on?
Well, I'm saying, I mean, if they're going to argue Title IX, which I'm thinking they're going to do sooner or later, does that going to eliminate women's rights to play even sports, equal sports?
Women have rights to play sports. The problem right now is that transgenders also have that they're trying to give transgenders the right to play with women, which should not be possible, but it is at the moment. And there's more and more protections. Biden is just passing more, and New Mexico has done the same thing, which is one of the things Larry Marker has been fighting against. Is the protections that they're trying to give more and more transgender and gender transitioning, especially those for parents, against parents, for kids not to have to tell their parents that they're transitioning.
Yeah. You remember a few years ago when the girls were finally allowed to wrestle here in New Mexico. Now, they had to wrestle against boys at first because there was no other girls competing. And then the NMA decided to to do something about it. They just said, okay, girls will wrestle girls. And that's the way it's been now for the last 4 or 5 years.
877-396-W105. So, hey, don't forget our buddies at Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Of course, they are our cash sponsor this week and giving you chances to win cash. But they also, of course, located in the Broadmoor Mall, are your extensive collection of FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, shirts, coats, other oil field gear like hard hats, work boots, steel toe boots. Plus, not only that, but they've got all your furniture, appliances, electronics, and more. It's your one-stop shop, Rig Outfitters and Home Store in the Broadmoor Mall. They offer zero-down financing. So if you're looking for furniture or if you just need to outfit yourself for work, they can help you out. Go in there and talk to them today. Don't forget, right next door, their sister store, Scrub Outfitters, next to Rig Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. Largest selection of medical scrubs for 100 miles. Great brands, Healing Hands, Medcouture, Peaches, Carhartt. In addition to scrubs, they carry shoes, medical equipment, compression socks, stethoscopes, and more. Rig Outfitters in the Home Store and Scrub Outfitters, both right there in the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs. Hit them up today. And tell Joe that you heard it on Being the Breakfast Club, and tell him say thank you for being a cash sponsor this week, too, for giving us a chance to give away cash. 877-396-W105. We're coming up on the end of time here for the show. We're going to have to take a break and get to Tradio here before long. But real quick, let's wrap it up, Tom May.
All right. Well, I can't see. I left my glasses in the bunker right quick. So, but I will try.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is that why you haven't? Is that why you've been talking about all these weird stories and not reading the text?
Well, no, but I had a lot of news to talk about, so I just kind of injected it in.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What news? So we talked about Alec Baldwin. And you brought up some obscure Title IX reference.
Right.
What other news did you have to talk about?
I got 3 sheets full of it. One of them is positive news coming out of Carlsbad. Wallet Hubs did a survey of 1,337 places across the United States, and they determined that the community of Hobbs ranks among the 10% for going in there with new businesses and also being able to to be able to get new businesses in their community. And
Hobbs or Carlsbad? Because you said Carlsbad at first, and you changed it to Hobbs.
Well, Hobbs ranks in there too. So does Roswell. So does Clovis and Alamogordo, but not as high as the city of Carlsbad does. So congratulations for recruiting some businesses to their town. So that's a big kudos to them. You want some more?
You buying this, Russ?
That's Wallet Hubs.
You buying this, Russ?
I just didn't understand what he meant. You said 10%, or you mean in the top 10 cities, or what?
Yeah,
what?
They rank 10% among the 1,337 other cities.
This is why Tom doesn't host the show. This is why Tom doesn't lead the show. Because if Tom was left to give the content for the show, this is the kind of stuff we would have. Well, hey, Tom, I'm fine with the Wallet Hub study. Yeah. I'm fine with giving the information if we actually have the study and the information.
Yeah, I mean,
do you have any actual facts, or is you just doing all this memory?
This is coming from a letter that Dale Janaway wrote to the Argus. Yeah.
Do you have it right now?
No,
or
I wrote it down.
Are you doing it from memory?
No, I wrote it down on my sheets.
Oh, and with the sheets that you can't read because you don't have your glasses?
Well, I wrote it in big print so I could read it.
I've got one I can fill in that I wanted to touch on.
Please go ahead, because I've got a couple more sponsors to get you before we get out.
Because we had one host here that said that legal cannabis wasn't going to be that big a thing, and it wasn't really that many people that would come out of the closet. Okay. America spends more on legal cannabis in 2022 than we did on chocolate or beer. We spent more on legal cannabis in the United States this year than we did on chocolate and beer put together.
Wow.
So,
Really?
Anheuser-Busch, I got news for you. You got bigger problems than your trans advertiser. Okay? U.S. residents are spending more to purchase legal cannabis than they are on chocolate or crafted beer, or topical pain relievers. A report from MJ Biz Daily showed America spent roughly $30 billion on legal marijuana, while only spending about $20 billion on chocolate. Cannabis purchases, sales of what they call feel-good products include beer, opioid medication, topical pain relievers, so forth, showed that now legal cannabis leads the field by almost double in that genre of businesses. And through the legal purchase, marijuana is becoming increasingly popular. Sales still are behind tobacco industry, which made around $53 million. So the only thing that outsells marijuana is tobacco. So there you go. And I think I just wanted to make a point, and I think I told you, once that this has become legal, you're going to find out a lot more people smoke this than you believe. You convinced? $30 billion? I'm pointing at you, Tom.
No, I'm still not convinced. That was the right choice to bring marijuana to the state.
Well, all those brand new computers in the schools. Anyway.
877-396-W105. If you're looking for an affordable, quiet place to park your RV, you're working in and around the Carlsbad area, there's actually 3 RV parks with one goal: a quiet place for you to lay your working head. WWRV, 3 RV parks, 162 RV sites with 30 and 50 amp available. All utilities included in the price, including premier wired internet at each site for your gaming and movie streaming. WWRV is pet friendly and well lit with plenty of street lights. Get pricing and contact information by visiting their website. It's WWRVX3, WWRVX3.com, or call 988-0392, 575-988-0392 for WWRV, proud sponsor of B and the Breakfast Club. 877-396-W105. Looks like Dustin at Caverns Armory had said that he had seen that Wallet Hub story, and he'd sent it to his sister to try to get her to open a business in Carlsbad, and then actually read the report, and number 1 and number 2 towns are both in the county she already lives in. So.
And by the way, somebody pointed out something very important. Always remember that 87.7 of all statistics are made up on the spot.
Yeah, it sure feels like that, especially with some of these studies. And if you don't like that study, wait 5 minutes, because there'll be another one that disputes it and says the exact opposite 10 minutes down the road. So they need to make a transgender league, play against each other only. It would be a short season, someone said.
Short season, okay.
Well, see, and that's another thing. We talked about, you don't see a lot of biological women trying to compete against the men. I wonder why that is.
They'll get their butts
Maybe because they can't compete against the biological men, and so they don't even they know better. It seems like it's only the guys who have been unsuccessful in their own divisions as men that go over and dominate as women. I saw another video of a male runner and just completely just leaving these girls in the dust. So much so that he was looking behind him most of the race and looking back behind him, and he could see the women like a good long ways behind him. And he just kept on rolling. And the dude was lanky and obviously built way different. Mm-hmm. There's no question whatsoever that this was a guy. And even though he was wearing girls' clothes. Someone says, I will contest your statement with WWE star China. LOL. She put those men to shame at one point. I think we all doubted whether or not she was a real woman.
That was choreographed. You know that.
Look, don't get me wrong. There are some badass women. And there are some women I don't know that there's many women that couldn't kick Tom A's ass. For real. So I think, you put a woman up against Tom A, and she's coming out the victor 9 times out of 10.
Well, that's because I will never hit a woman.
Even if you didn't know she was a woman, Tom A, you'd still get your butt kicked. But that being said, when you're talking about specific, especially athletes, it's just we talked about the story where, you know, the Olympic females didn't even have the numbers that the high school males put up. So high school male athletes had better numbers and better records than Olympic females, which is pretty crazy. 877-396-W105. Smokey, I think I answered that question for you, buddy, just a little while ago, in case you missed it.
And we discussed this before the show. And again, I'm running out of time. Does anybody, Tom, did you get anything on the strange cattle killings in Texas? Where is Madison County?
The Madison County. Let me do the story right.
Go ahead.
6 mutilated cows were found along Madison County and 2 other counties there in Texas by Texas A&M. Now, according to reports, the 7 cows had their tongues cut out and were left to dead. Report says that one of the cows actually had precision-like surgery to remove the hide around the tongue, and then the tongue was taken. Now, not only in Texas were these mutilated cows found, they're also found across the country, and officials are wondering and trying to find out what's going on.
And didn't it also go on, if you read the story, said that some of the cows, not all of them, had the anus area and the genitals,
the organs, yes,
removed almost surgically.
So what is it? Don't know. I mean, they're trying to find out.
You know, if they wouldn't have been saying how clean it is and it's all surgical and everything, dead cows with the tongues gone and the anus and genitals gone, I would have said coyotes or wolves.
Mm-hmm.
But they're saying this is done like surgical precision. There's not any, you know, like it's been eaten out. It's
surely these people know the difference between an animal and it getting cut out. And regardless, it sounds like some freak from people are doing something, or maybe there's some cult that, you know, uses cow tongue for something other than eating it, which is really gross. Have you ever had cow tongue?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Come on, it's a delicacy, buddy.
Yeah, if you say so. Do you like using cow tongue, Tommy?
Well, I've eaten some, yeah.
The texture is just not
those things like that.
Yeah.
I had the worst joke.
I don't even know why my mom made me eat that back in the day, but that was one of the things that it was.
You ever had brains and eggs?
Yeah.
No, but I've had mountain oysters before, and that wasn't actually that bad. Surprisingly,
I like mountain oysters. I mean, I'll
if I
go to
known
the
what
buffet
they were before she gave them to me, I wouldn't have eaten them. But you know, the fact that I didn't know, and that and escargot, she didn't tell me before I ate it.
One of the worst.
Are good.
One of the worst tricks I ever had pulled on me was when I was living in Las Vegas, and I was dating this little waitress, and I come to eat where she was eating and flirting with her. She said, "What do you want for breakfast?" And I said, "Oh, bring me whatever you think is great. Surprise me." And I was halfway through the order before she explained to me that was brains and eggs. I was sick for the next 2 days.
Were you? I actually had caviar.
Oh, that's.
Have you ever had fish eggs, bro?
Yeah, that's good.
Had a girlfriend who was kind of high maintenance and lived in a good part of town.
What's the weirdest thing you ever ate, Will?
I think that's escargot and mountain oysters. Although those, neither one of those were gross. But the cow's tongue, I just can't handle the texture. Someone else on the texture says, cow's tongue's really good. What are you talking about? After they take off the top layer, it's pure beef underneath. Look, I didn't know what it was, and so she didn't tell me till after I ate it, but I didn't like it even not knowing. I was just like, I don't know what this is, but I don't like it.
No.
And when she told me, I was like, okay, I'm really done now. So... But yeah, she did that to me. I think it was a game with my mom back in the day. She's like, wanted to see what all we would eat.
Somebody said, "Told you quit being so white. Cow tongue is yummy."
Oh, look, if that's a white thing, then I'll own it, because that is no, I'm good. You know, B's not big on the tripas, and so I can't handle that cow's tongue. H&H Field Services, they're your New Mexico, Delaware, and Permian Basin poly pipeline construction professionals. Located in Jowl at 1310 West Kansas Street, Unit C, H&H Field Services has their own in-house fast fusion poly pipeline machines, along with squeeze tools up to 16 inches. H&H offers turnkey pipeline facility construction, plus subcontractor services on fast fusion machines, squeeze tools, and more. Give Colin Holloman a call today, 432-269-6027, 432-269-6027, or check them out online at H&H Field Services, online at hnhfs.com. hnhfs.com. H&H Field Services, proud sponsor of Be in the Breakfast Club. And so I'm just curious, what bathroom does Tom A use, the men or the women? I mean, he watches all feminine TV shows, and he has boobs, LOL.
Wow. I use my...
His estrogen level is extremely high. His testosterone is extremely low. I think that equates to why he watches what he watches. But he definitely he's a biological male.
Biological male. Oh yeah, thank you very much. You know, it's hard to eat something that was licking its ass 12 hours earlier, says the texter.
Yeah.
And this texter is asking, maybe aliens, they like lingua and Rocky Mountain oysters, says the texter. I always thought, it reminds me of this story here, right here, of mutilation. Remember back in the day they said it was the UFOs, the Martians that came out, and the predators and aliens who did this type of stuff? You guys,
I'm sorry, what?
You guys believe that story? That
I'm sorry, what?
The mutilation to animals was done by alien predators?
I remember one story in New Mexico where because the body was burnt or something like that, they brought out a whole research team and everything to investigate whether it was a UFO or anything. And as the university research team is there and everything, one of the game wardens actually pulled up to see what they was doing and asked them if they'd ever seen a cow that had been struck by lightning before.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Tom, I don't know if we're watching the same movie there, bro.
Which one?
Because I don't think the Predator was going after cows. I think they were hunting Arnold.
Yeah, they were hunting Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
So they were going after a little bit bigger game than a cow.
Yeah.
Give me a hand. Anyway.
877-396-W105. All right, we're out of time, but we got to get out of here. Before we do, though, I want to mention our sponsor, Enrique Rocha. Knowledge, integrity, and trustworthiness are just part of what makes Rocha's Air Conditioning and Heating the choice for your next HVAC job. With 15 plus years in the business, Enrique Rocha and his air conditioning team are ready to stand by. He's got some great techs, and I think he just added a new one as well. So he's got even more folks to help you out. They make sure that all of his techs have the requirements and standards of all the major ductless companies, servicing residential and commercial, as well as the industrial units for the patch. Rocha's Air Conditioning and Heating is fully licensed, bonded, and insured in the state of New Mexico. They can offer new technology like inverter-driven heat pump systems to upgrade old systems, and they have financing available. Give them a call at 631-1999, 575-631-1999. If your AC unit is on the fritz this summer, make sure and have their number ready for you, 575-631-1999. Enrique has done a great job for us over the years in helping us with our air conditioning system for the stations, 575-631-1999 for Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, proud sponsor of Be in the Breakfast Club. We're going to get out of here. Let Russ Black take over. Tradio is coming up next right here on W105. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden announces Susan Rice is stepping down as